I'm out in the water, come jump right in, 'cause we going farther than we ever been. I'm out in the water, come jump right in, we going farther than we ever been.
All right, welcome back, Ocean Waves, episode 42. We're recording.
Yep.
All around the board.
All around the board.
Heard. Cool. I don't think we had any comments this week.
I thought we did.
I didn't see any.
Was you wrong? I thought we did. I had a notification.
I looked on the last two. I didn't see them.
Oh, you don't even have YouTube on your phone, bro. What
Yeah, I got on the Safari.
what age are you living in? You know, back in the day, YouTube used to be an app on the phone that you couldn't delete.
Yeah, it was the TV.
It was the old school
TV, yeah.
You need to sign. Are you signed in?
No.
Oh my god, dude. You're a ghost account. And the topic is the first thing that pops up. Oh, you're not even subscribed because you don't even have an account on there.
I'm not logged in, dude.
Oh my god.
Not logged in, dude. No one.
You know what I saw the other day? I was gonna put my, because when people would come over, they'd put their YouTube on the TV upstairs.
Mm-hmm.
And then so like now it used to be when I go in, it just logs into guest and I can go, but now I have to like scroll through the profiles and then click on guest. And I was like, oh, I'll just add mine. I go to add, it's like terms and conditions. I click on it and it's like, YouTube will post comments under your username on your behalf. Like they'll use your account to post comments. And that was the thing that in order for me to put my account on there, I had to agree to that.
On the TV?
Yeah, so I didn't agree with that. I was like, fuck that. All right, so we got on the Hard Juma music video that we dropped, we got a comment that says...
on the music video. Okay, I was looking at the podcast.
Pokey Sparky. Whoever put this together, give this guy a raise. There's actually a woman
Facts.
who put it together.
Yep.
And indeed, they will get a raise. Did you read the ones where the people were like chill? Like
Yeah, we read that last time.
Okay. All right, I guess there's no.
So there was none on the side. Okay.
I think it got, how many plays did it get? 23. It's not bad. We got 67.
I know on the last
that.
one. Mm-hmm.
That was pretty big. That was the funny one though.
Yeah. That one's good. So episode 40 for those who might have missed it.
Yeah.
It was a treat.
It was funny.
Yeah.
Right, well, here you go.
Yep. But so we're still one behind, and we didn't get it out on Wednesday this time either. So still lining back into the rhythm of it all.
I told you what we need to do is, honestly, we should just do 2 more. So this one will get dropped. We do 2 to catch up. We can drop them twice.
I don't really want to bank because I feel like
no. What I'm saying,
I don't like.
We don't have to bank, but what I'm saying is, I altered it. Right. What we should do is, everything should just be done the week before. So if we're doing a podcast right now, it's what, Friday night?
Well,
Thursday
technically,
night?
it used to be the Thursday before, and then it was the Sunday before, so it was a week before.
It just got pushed.
Yeah.
But that's how it should be. That way, it's like the one that's coming out. Realistically, if we did them on Wednesdays, like let's say we could do them on Wednesdays, there should be one coming out, and we're doing the next podcast.
Yeah. I mean, I'm down to do it whatever day.
Type shit.
But what I realized the last week was that the last couple you have been like, let's do one, whether it was in the morning or whatever.
Yeah.
So then for me, it's like, okay, like if we don't because like I said, I have literally zero intention of making any plans with you on Sunday. You had to make a plan with me because I don't want to step on whatever you guys are doing. And then Monday you work, right? So then Tuesday, Wednesday you got the kids. So but it's so in my mind it's like, for me, I'm like, I'm down to do it whenever. So the past couple of weeks, you have been the one to be like, let's do it. So I'm like, okay, whenever you come to the point where you're like ready to do it, let's do it. But then this week you said I'm slacking. So now when I think of it, I'll just bring it up.
Because sometimes I don't think of it.
Yeah, and that's what I've thought about it a couple times. I was like, if I think of it, I'll bring it up. Like, yo, should we do one today? Whatever. And like kind of.
Like today, I didn't think of it. And you're like, oh, do the podcast. I was like,
well, at this point, it was like we have to.
Yeah, it's late. I was just like, it's late, but I'm like, as long as we were cool, because I'm cool with it being late.
Yeah, that's fine. I was cool. I just had to figure out because I didn't eat, so I was like trying to figure out if I should.
What'd you eat?
just got Taco Bell because
earlier
it's the only thing really open around us.
Earlier today, I was hungry and I went in the fridge, took the lettuce out, went back in the fridge, looked in the drawer for
all the meats are gone.
Rest of the sandwich stuff, and it was all gone. I was like,
well, you had a second sandwich, no?
I did, yeah.
Yeah, that's why. Because I went there and there was only 3 buns. I was like, oh, yeah, and there was only 2 pieces of turkey left. I was like, all right, he had one. So when I was making it, there was enough where I could have left it. You would have had a skimp sandwich. And I was like, you know what? Let me just make mine fucking lit.
That's crazy.
Instead of leaving you a skimp one. Because you would have had like 1 piece, like 3 pieces of pepper. You know what I mean? Like, it would have been skimp.
I would have done like a half bread or something.
Yeah, but instead I got to fully enjoy it. Instead of skimping on, we both get 2 skimp, and you already had a second sandwich.
Yeah, that's
I only had 1, so I might as well just.
I ended up just, I was like, what do we have? Because I didn't feel like, because I'm at this in my mind now, I don't like to buy, unless it's groceries, I don't like to buy food twice in a day. Mm-hmm. Like if I get fast food, I don't want to eat it twice in a day because it's just like you're just throwing money away. It's like too expensive and it's fucking terrible for you. Yeah. So I already in the morning.
Start in the morning at McDonald's, then you move over to Taco Bell for happy hour. Then you go to Wendy's for the pre-dinner.
Does Taco Bell have happy hour?
Well, yeah, 2 to 5. It's like I'm not sure if it's food, but you can get like dollar drinks and dollar like the freezies they have, so you can take like a Baja Blast like freezy for $1.
See, I remember when I was in high school. This is like broke high school. So like early high school, we would go to Taco Bell and they had that thing where you could like spin the coin on it.
To get the churros.
And I was
or the burrito or whatever.
Like if you got it was like you can get like there was like the freezy, the dessert or like a free taco or some shit like that.
It was the churros, just like the burrito, yeah.
And I was just amazing at it.
I remember.
I'd be like, "Yo, give me a coin," and then I would do it, and I was so good at it.
Yeah. Well, I remember we used to go to Chick-fil-A every day. Like after school, because we get out at like 10:25. We got out of school, so if you booked it out of class and got there in time, right across the street you could get breakfast too. So it was like the rush. You could get breakfast, and then if not, Chick-fil-A. Remember that you did like the surveys for like the meals or whatever.
Yeah.
So I remember Ryan every day. This man he would get a water cup and get whatever drink he wanted, and then he would get a large fry. So that would be, he's like, I'm only spending like, at that point it was like $4 or whatever for the large fry. So he's like, I'm only going to get the large fry. And then if he got the sandwich on the receipt, then he got a sandwich that day.
That's hilarious.
And that was every day. He literally got water cup, large fry, and then if he got the receipt, he got the receipt with the sandwich on it. If not, he just had the fries with
That's crazy.
Whatever he put in the water cup.
I don't think they do that anymore.
Someone said they still do. I don't know. I don't go to Chick-fil-A though. So
maybe it's only on the inside.
Maybe.
I almost never go in anymore. So drive.
Isn't that crazy? I love going in.
This is the thing, though.
Depends.
When you're by yourself or with grown-ups, then it's fine.
Yeah.
But going in with the kids is so much different.
Yeah, I mean, you have a baby and everything like that. But
even if it's just Amber, because I know if I go in, like last time I went in, we went into the McDonald's, and it took so much longer.
You go in the drive-thru of Panda Express?
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Yeah. I don't go in when I'm with the kids. Because for a couple reasons. One, if we're all in the car, everyone's safe in the car, and that's that. But if I go in, it's like I went into McDonald's a while ago. Went into McDonald's because Amber was like, "Can we go in?" I was like, "Fine." It literally took like half an hour to get our food. First of all, because they prioritized the drive-thru. So I'm sitting there like taking, and it was a pretty big order I was getting for a bunch of people, but I got a lot of food, but and it took us so fucking long to get the food ready. And then Amber's like in the little play area playing, and I'm constantly like, I'm waiting for the food. And it's like separated by a glass wall. So I'm like, I can't stay in there and not hear the order. It's already taking too long. And if I stand over here, I'm constantly just like checking out, making sure it's okay. There's other people around. It's like, you're on a different level with the kids. So it's like, I don't like going in there. And Amber likes going in, but it's like, I don't like going in because then I got to be like the guardian mode and try to accomplish this task. It's easier to be in the drive-thru and like you're in the safety of the car. So I do the drive-thru. If I'm by myself, then fine. But unfortunately, I'll take the drive-thru at this point because it's just too much. Especially with the baby, you got to take his car seat out, put him in the stroller, and then if he's sleeping, there's a chance he wakes up in that transition.
Yeah. Well, it makes sense with the baby and everything. That makes sense. The last time I went to fucking Burger King, I only went because I became the fucking Uber Eats for everyone in the house. I went to Chick-fil-A or whatever. I was like, I'm not getting Chick-fil-A. So I was like, oh, fucking Burger King will be fast. Going to drive-thru, it took like fucking 40 minutes. because like they like were short staffed and know what they're doing. And literally to the point where I literally just drove to the window and was like, they're like, oh sorry, blah blah blah, and I was like, you literally took their order, and I was here before them. Like I literally watched the other lane, the double lane, the other lane go twice.
Yeah.
And at that point, but also, and it was like, it's like, do you wait? Do you not wait? You know, if I already have the food from the other place, where am I going to drive to? It's not like right across the street was Wendy's. Right across the street was Wendy's. I would have been like, fuck it, let's just go there. And then I realized that that's one of those times I should have went in. Because if you would have went in, you'd be staring. They'd be staring you down. You'd be staring them down. They'd like, oh, get the fuck.
What fucking did he?
They can just be like, oh, 1 minute, and then just never come to the fucking thing. And they're hoping you just leave.
Yeah.
Realistically, they're just hoping.
All right, so I'll tell you this. Down where they opened up, apparently they opened up the Tim Hortons.
Yeah.
Which we have to go check it out.
Yeah, I don't know. I haven't fully believed it till I see it.
Yeah. So yes, but I don't know. Whatever. So we had to go because I was telling people because someone came into my job and they're like, "Yo, they opened this place called Tim Hortons." I was like, "Tim Hortons? No fucking way!" And I was like, "That's why I told them the story. We used to call the little donut holes Timbits because that's what we grew up on. Them being called Timbits, and we moved to Maryland. I was like, "Oh, I want Timbits." And people were like Timbits, like what the fuck is that?
Yeah.
But that's just what we call. That's what I thought they were called. Because that's what they called there. So anyway, but in that area, which is like right when you exit or like to get on the highway, when I used to work in Atlanta, you remember when the job I had there? Yeah. I used to drive down that road every time, right? So like sometimes on the way home, I'd be like, I need to get myself some food, and there's a Crystal right there. And I've never had Crystal because obviously they didn't have Crystal in Maryland. Yeah. So the first time I get these little mini chicken sandwiches and fries, and the shit was like banging, like on point. I ate it. I was like, damn, this shit is delicious. Like, I mean, it's fast food, but like, shit was delicious.
But it's just that moment where it hits,
did.
right?
And then I was like, oh, this is gas. So then the next time I went, not too long later, within a week, I go in. I go through the drive-thru both times, and I get the chicken sandwich. It's still good, but there's a huge piece of cartilage in one of the sandwiches, which kind of turned me off. I was like, ugh, like. That's disgusting. Like, what did I just chew on? Like,
yeah,
it could have been like a bone that got like, because if you cook a bone long enough, it softens up. You know what I mean? Like, you don't know. Like, that's disgusting. And so I was like, that kind of turned me off from it. And I was like, so I was on the edge there. And then the third time I went on the way back, and I got home late because it's a far drive. And I'm waiting in the drive-thru, and I placed the order, and there's like 5 cars in front of me, and I'm sitting there for like half an hour, barely moving. And I'm like, all right, fuck this. So I just left. And as I drive by, I look through the window. The lady looks at me. I look at her like we made eye contact, and I could see that she was the only person in there. And the same with the other 2 nights that I went. She was the only one working. I was like, this place has 1 person. They're only going to pay 1 employee. Yeah. Like, you're going to work the night shift by yourself.
That's happened to Qdoba over there. The one, like, it was like the one terrible manager, and everybody quit. And then they, like, now you got how you can, like, if a couple people quit, you can, like, limp across until another person shows up. But
yeah.
To an already functioning establishment, and you lose all the workers like
at once.
The only way is if you bring them from other places. Like Qdoba would have to be like, take people from this store, and go, and we'll pay you extra to go over there for a little bit just to keep it going or whatever. So it goes down. Red Lobster closed a bunch of locations. I saw.
Yeah. And
so did Hooters. Hooters also closed a bunch of locations. But Hooters also said they're still like opening new ones. So I guess it's like.
Just closing down the rundown ones.
Fail the ones that are failing, you go.
I think it's the idea, because Red Lobster, I don't know. I think the reason Red Lobster is probably going down, which I don't really know, but the main thing is that people like the curtain, the Wizard of Oz curtain. Most people they don't want the truth behind what's behind the curtain, but the Red Lobster was honest in the sense of you go in there, you pick your lobster, and they kill it and they cook it for you on spot, and you can see when you walk in, you're like, ooh, as a kid you want to like play with the lobsters, not knowing that those are everyone's dinner, just waiting in there. So I think that meant like psychological aspect,
but it should be though.
That's
how it should be though.
That's how it should be, 100%. But I think because of that, the psychological aspect of it, I think is what
we were talking about that earlier at work. Because basically, like, we have like a display where some of the food goes, and every time I'm usually the one that's putting like the icing and everything, but every time I ask them to go grab the fish to put it over there, like, yo, can you go grab it? So finally, after like, I don't even know, I always figured I'd get asked, but then one time she'd ask me, she's like, how come you never go how come you always ask someone else to grab the fish or whatever? And I was like, oh, because I just don't believe in it. Like, I don't believe in putting this fish up for display. Like his homies back there just got fried up. He's out there. You got a whole family of 7 back there. Yeah. And I was like, and since I'm not the one eating it or whatever, like I was just like, I understand why we do it. It makes sense on a business perspective, but I don't want to be to put up. Once the thing's fried and I see it's just bones, like this thing is. All
right, okay, this is. I'm gonna get.
So I haven't personally done it because I was just like, because that's just me personally. But I never eat the seafood. I'm gonna
give you two things, right? One, I'll give you the long story first. So, you're like in that perspective of you not touching it but telling someone else to do it. This is the cycle, right?
I'm not telling them to do it. It's just that has to get done. So I'm like, I'm not gonna do it. We can all not do it. You can tell me no, and I'm just not gonna go get it. And
You're telling someone, hey, can you put it up there, right?
Yeah. Okay. Well, I'm not. I said, hey, I guess, yeah, I am.
All right. So.
But I'm perfectly fine with all of us not grabbing it.
So let me just go through this, right? Mm-hmm. If you walk up to somebody with a knife mm-hmm. and you stab them in the neck or the heart, let's say the heart, stab them in the heart, mm-hmm. are you a murderer? And they die.
I mean, yeah,
stab in the heart, they die.
That's what they would classify murder.
So you've now killed someone, right? Mm-hmm. Let's just say that you've now killed someone.
Yeah.
Okay, now let's say you step back like this distance and you shoot them in the heart, they die. Mm-hmm. Have you still now killed someone?
If you shoot, yeah.
Okay, now let's say you're like 100 yards away, you hit him with a rifle or sniper.
At any moment, if you are acting against something and it dies, you killed it.
Okay, yeah. So then take it a step further. If you're in a plane and you drop a bomb and it blows someone up, have you killed someone?
It depends where the bomb landed.
No, but people died. You dropped the bomb, it blew up, people died.
I get to your point.
Okay, so all those instances, those were all people pulling the trigger.
Yeah.
They're classified as killers. Mm-hmm. So now what's to say with the person who built the bomb? Or the person who builds the plane, who drops the bomb?
Yeah.
Every single person who touches that cycle is guilty to
an
extent, right? Because
I'm part of the industry, 100%. So, but I'm also serving alcohol. That we can go down the lengths. It's even worse. It's worse.
So what I'm saying is though, if you really spin it all the way backwards, this applies to everybody. Because like let's say bullets, right? Mm-hmm. Tax. We spent like what was it, $8 billion or something like that in bullets, like something like that a year, $8 billion, a couple $1 billion in tax money of bullets, meaning and those bullets kill people, right?
Yeah.
Not everyone, but those bullets hit people. That's what they're for. So every single person who paid taxes, that was in the United States, but the same applies for every country. You are part of the cycle of a killing cycle, mm-hmm. which means you are part of a murder cycle. So if we all, even though you're not the one pulling the trigger, you might not be the one telling the guy to pull the trigger. You might not be the one telling the guy to tell the guy to pull the trigger. But if you're part of the cycle in any degree, then you're part of the cycle.
Yeah, I understand that part of it. But at the same time, doesn't mean you have to pull the trigger. I don't have to pull the trigger or be the one to tell anyone to.
So my philosophy is this, right? Because no matter where you are in the cycle, you're still just as guilty as anybody else. Mm-hmm. The only difference between the person who pulls the trigger and the person who paid the taxes is how much remorse you feel. It's easier to feel less remorse the farther you are away from it. It's harder to feel less remorse the closer you are.
Yeah.
So my philosophy is that if you understand the cycle, it actually doesn't matter. If you're a part of it, it doesn't matter what part you are.
Yeah.
You're no worse or better than the next person. You could be taking that fish, cutting its head off,
100%,
slapping it down. And it wouldn't make you any worse of a person or better
I've
of a person.
I've carried hell of them out onto the table.
That's what I'm saying. So,
but at the same time, doesn't mean just because this act is happening doesn't mean that I'm gonna be the one that has to display it. I don't have to be the one that makes the movie about it. You know what I'm saying?
I'm just saying. I don't think it matters. Like for me.
Okay, it might not matter.
Yeah.
But for me, I don't feel like I'm not gonna be the one that puts you out on display. You know what I'm saying? If you want to go ahead and buy that guy, that's on you. You know what I'm saying? I'm not buying him. You know what I'm saying? Or I'm not selling him. I'm not. Whenever anyone asks me for my recommendation, I don't give them any recommendation. I say I don't eat it. I don't eat the seafood. I just get the chicken. But everything is pretty good what I've been told. So in my mind, I'm not actually. So I am in the industry though. I am in the seafood industry or whatever. I don't want to be, but at the same time, we talked about it last time. I tried to go outsource somewhere else. Where are we gonna go? But that's everywhere you do. Selling alcohol. We're giving alcohol away. Blah blah. But that's not what I'm actually doing.
I know.
So, but in the
So
day,
I'm
it's
just
like
saying, I don't think, even though in your mind, like, it's no shade or no shot, but in like, even though you're like, oh, I'm not gonna be the one to put it, that it's the moral, it's the part of it that it's only whatever your conscience.
I don't think we should put it on display at all.
And that's fine.
So, but the boss man's perspective is we need to put it out there so people buy it. In my mind, I'm like, all right, go put it out there then.
Yeah, but
you know
but what I'm saying is that the mentality, what I'm conveying is that everybody in the world, I just want to stick to the United States because I can't really speak for everything. We're all part of a industry or certain industries that we're not 100% proud of the things that we do, but we always choose as far back as we can stand or as close to the fire, right? We always choose to stand as far back to the fire, but as close as we can take the heat. And that's a space where people can, whatever you can take. And but in reality, if you're part of it, you're part of it, and it doesn't actually matter. The person who's standing right in front of the fire who like brings up the fish, that's where it starts. Mm-hmm. Or you could say it starts with the person eating it, depending on what end of your cycle you want to call it.
You know, it's the person eating it is the one, because if people weren't buying it,
they wouldn't
selling it.
Yeah. So what I'm saying is, I think my mentality is this.
All I'm saying is that I'm not gonna be the one that puts your body on display.
Yeah, but I don't have to be. It doesn't matter.
But it does though. It does, because it only
matters to you, but it doesn't matter to the cycle.
And I'm not saying it has nothing to do.
If it was a trial,
but it has nothing to do with the cycle. It's just me.
It does though.
Because basically, in the simple fact of me, I don't want to be working in the seafood industry. I don't want.
But you're doing it.
I am. You want. Yeah, exactly. So, but at the same time, doesn't mean that I have to fully dive into being the person that's doing it. You know what I'm saying? I don't have to do that.
No,
you can.
Not.
So
that's what I'm saying. How close to the fire you're standing?
Exactly.
You might be far
so I don't have to stand close to it. I can stand as far away as I want.
I know.
It's fucked up. I'm gonna be the one that's telling you that it's fucked up.
I'm not telling you that you should. That's not my point.
But but to you, but I understand to you that it might not.
My point is your hands are just as bloody as the next.
I understand, but it doesn't mean that I have to fit. But because I'm bloody doesn't mean I have to touch the other things with my bloody hands. They are bloody. I'm not saying they're not. But I'm not going to be the one. I'm just not going to be the one that puts the body up on display. That's the simple fact. The people are still going to eat it. I'm still selling it. It's still going on around and around and around. 100% still going. But I'm not going to be the one to pull the trigger. That's not me. I don't have to be.
All right.
So, you know what I mean?
Yeah. I guess that's like, to me, in my space, it doesn't matter. If I realize I'm part of it, I don't care how close to the fire I stand.
That's fine.
Because it's like I'm already.
But I'm still not gonna put him on display. I'm not gonna do my homie like that.
Slap him up there.
You know what I mean?
Let's choose your battles, I suppose. The other side of it. This is the other side I was gonna say. So there's these people that come in to my job and they order salmon.
Mm-hmm.
It's a couple.
You're fucking terrible for that.
And they're nice. They're nice people. And I told them about the Seaspiracy thing.
Yeah.
And they're like, "Oh, do you like the salmon?" I was like, "Oh, I've never eaten it here." And like, "Oh, you don't?" And then whatever, got into it, and it's like, "When's the last time you ate fish?" I was like, "For real?" Like, probably 3 or 4 years, like, before I actually really ate fish. I might have had a piece of this here, but actually, like, I sit down at a restaurant, I'm gonna order the salmon or whatever. So I told him about the documentary, and then I was like, I gave him the link of it. I'm just trying to get these levels right. There we go. And I gave him the link to it, and I wrote it down, and I've seen him like 2 more times, and every time they still order salmon. I'm like, oh, you must not have watched the documentary yet. And so we'll joke about that. But that was one of those things where it's like in that space of like, I'm putting the plates down, like knowing that, okay, I'm still part of the cycle.
Yeah, 100%.
But I'm going to tell you that this is what the cycle is. Yeah. So I don't disagree with what you're saying, but it's a moral thing. It really is wherever your morals go. Because I think for me, I just feel like maybe it's not so black and white, but you either cross the line or you don't. And if you do cross the line, then whether you're standing this close to the fire, you should be able to move through it.
I understand.
Because that's the reality, right? It's like if you're gonna go from here, if you're gonna be part of it, then
but basically the way I look at it, I put myself in in the fish's shoe. I would not want to be scooped up.
You should have said in the fish's fin.
Yeah, or whatever. In the school fish's shoe, on the block. He got scooped up. His homie said, no, he's gone. I wouldn't want to just be right here. All of a sudden, a big net comes down, scoops me up, and then I'm just on a thing of ice someone puts me on a thing of ice, I wouldn't want that for me. So I'm not gonna do that for something else.
I just think I agree, but
if someone's gonna scoop me, if someone's gonna chop me up and feed me to the fans on some Aquaman shit, you know what I mean? I had a bar one time where someone was like, Aquaman can't even stand on the land because you can get chopped up and fed to the fans. You know, but so I don't know. I see what you're saying though. I mean, you're in it. If you're in it, you're in it. It doesn't matter. You're part of the RICO case. It's the seafood industry, 100%.
And the same thing applies to everything, though.
But if I don't want to be thawed out on some ice, I'm not gonna put it out. This is the
thing. The reason I say that is because there's other industries that you're not a part of that in your mind it'd be very easy. I'm just saying you, but like it's general you. It's very easy to like group everyone in and be like guilty. Mm-hmm. But then there's things that we're a part of that we separate our guilt, like religion. You look at religion in the United States, and they don't RICO case the religion. Yeah. Because when some crazy behind the back door weird stuff goes down,
they're gonna blame it on the dude who put the fish on the fucking ice.
They blame the one person, but there's tons of people who are a part of it. Yeah. But nobody will say that because if people if people are like, if people are religious and they follow a certain religion, and someone who's a high up in their religion does something foul, it doesn't. People ignore, deflect their guilt, and they say, "Well, we're doing this thing over here, and that's that." But in reality, let's keep it one way.
Do you think that's what people do when they listen to like R. Kelly or Michael Jackson or I don't know, but not Michael Jackson. Michael Jackson's not good. That's what people throw him in there, right? People are gonna throw him in that same conversation, right? The whatever. People are still gonna listen to the music. So do you dissociate the artist from the music, or do you know like this dude was like doing fucked up shit like R. Kelly or whatever?
For me, I don't actually like R. Kelly's music, so it was never a thing for me.
You don't like the song in Space Jam?
Which one has
I believe I can fly.
Damn, why would you sing that so
I know, dude. Part of it.
I mean, definitely a classic as a kid growing up, but at that point,
But it's not a good song?
Did he write it? Whoever wrote it.
I don't know.
He probably didn't write it.
I don't know.
He probably just sang it.
We don't know that, but
weird twist on it.
We can't claim that until we know.
Let's look it up. I need to bring the iPad. I forgot. Yeah. I'm gonna bring the iPad next time, so I can
bring my iPad in here. So.
Yeah, right. Who wrote that song?
What's it called?
I Believe I Can Fly. Probably.
I don't think it's all that.
I think so.
It is. Written by.
He's gonna have a credit on there because they always do, even if they didn't write it.
It says him. Just him.
Just him?
Mm-hmm.
Damn, I want to read the lyrics. See if I can find some
fucked up shit in there. To be like, that's why I don't like that song.
Yeah, I don't know. To me, it's definitely on block. I wouldn't listen to it.
I'm not playing it.
Same thing with Drake. Like when people play Drake now.
Well, they played it in the kitchen.
Even I never really was a fan.
Yeah.
No disrespect.
You're a fan. You're a fan. Like.
I never really bumped it, but yeah. But now it's like when it comes on rotation and whoever's got the aux doesn't skip it immediately. I look at them funny. I'm like,
yeah. Well, they had it going on the kitchen today. They had it, and I looked at it. I said, I was like, oh, we still playing him? I was like, we still playing him in the community. I was like, oh, he's not dead yet. And he's like, oh, he's dead, but sometimes the songs are still good. And I brought it up. Oh, is that why we still listen to R. Kelly? And
yeah. No, it's a no go for me.
Yeah, it's a no for me, dog.
It's a certified no.
Yeah, certified no for sure. Yeah, I saw this thing on Instagram, where it was like these fucking. I'll show you. It's like I don't know what group of people they're from. Brazilian indigenous from the Amazon, and they basically like the dude's asking if you like heard about like aliens, and they don't know what the word alien is, and they show him like a picture of like the green or whatever, and they basically say like that they like describe them as like big ants that like come from underground, and then basically like if you mess with them, they like take your here. You can just
start there.
You can look at it and then just give your.
I'm gonna read
but
it.
The point being is that.
Shall I read it?
Yeah, if you want.
Brazilian indigenous from Amazon border with Peru hear the word alien for the first time But when shown gray alien images, they recognize it instantaneous. Instantaneous. I guess it's saying, yeah, they hear it for the first time, so they didn't know it. He said these are underground beings, big ants that take your spirit underground. That is Mancunawabu. They live underground. The Brazilian tribe members have never heard of aliens before, yeah. I would love to watch that.
My only thing was that I don't know what they're saying. So they could be saying, like, whatever, you know what I mean? And then someone just makes this caption. Yeah. So it's not fully whatever. But I just thought that was something interesting. But like indigenous people describing aliens as underground
ants.
And underground ants, yeah.
I guess with the big eyes.
Yeah. So I thought
well, you know, a lot of those videos of, like, the UFOs, they just go underwater.
Oh, bro. Speaking of UFO, look at this fucking shit. I was describe it. It's basically someone in a, like, they have their Ring camera, and then their Ring camera says, like, motion detected. So they're watching the video, but it doesn't appear that anything's happening. And then they slow it down. And in between this frame, it literally looks like there's a UFO fucking abducting something. Like there's this big orb like over the driveway, and it's only in one frame. And it's like the whole street gets lit up for this millisecond. And it's like in this one frame, and it's looks like this like shape above like the house, and then it's like a big orb, like glowing orb, in like just 1 second, and then it just goes away.
Yeah, I'm trying to see what was there before.
And I was like, dude, that's crazy.
Yeah, the technology's nuts.
Yeah. So that's what that was interesting too.
That's crazy.
So just a couple of things I saw.
Says they are starting abductions. The captions are always
yeah, they are.
So dramatic.
They are, dude.
They've been abducting people.
Yep. So that's a couple of things I saw. But
that's
one thing I do want to do though, I want to catch up on the podcast, and I want to. I think in this next week we should actually get the house clean.
Yeah, I've been thinking.
Because I don't want to come too close as time goes on. Then we're like mixing cleaning with all the other stuff that's going on. Yeah. Like I'd rather just.
I took off the week before, so that's like that'll give me the most time.
But even so, like you don't want to spend the week before like cleaning. Yeah. And then, like it was already clean.
Well, that's like one room at a time. I mean, we did Amber's room, which took a long time. Then I pretty much did my room for the most part.
I'm just saying that this week we should make it a mission to like get each thing, get the studio done, this room done, down here done, and then just maybe a quick reshuffle of the garage. Just
I think I'm gonna move that shredded chair out. You know, I left it out in the rain. I wonder if it's ruined.
I don't know.
I mean, it's under the cover.
I don't know how.
We'll see.
How
if it's ruined, I'm just gonna get rid of it. If it's not, then fine. But I'm gonna move it to the garage for now, because just being up there with the one less chair in there, it's like so much more spacious.
Yeah, it is.
Because there are like 5 fucking chairs in there. And it's like too many studio chairs.
The armrest on my chair is fucked up.
There's
a hole in it.
There's a hole in it?
Yeah, from someone going like this, pushing down. No names, but I'm gonna guess someone.
Oh wow.
I felt it. I was like, oh, it's alright.
Kids, dude.
Not a big deal. It's not even the most comfortable chair, so it's not long enough, like, where my feet, like my ankles hang off the end, and my ankles get sore.
Like, you're talking about the gray chair?
Yeah, not the music chair. The music chair. I'm talking about the music chair is straight. Not the gray chair.
Oh yeah, definitely. Amber broke that shit.
Yeah,
if it is fucked
slamming it around.
Every time I see her doing some crazy stuff in there, I'm like, yo, chill. But she just doesn't have that. She's a kid.
Yeah.
I don't know. It's like in my mind, I'm like,
she needs an outlet.
I try to remember when I was a kid, like where, like
we went outside.
Yeah, but it was a different world.
Yeah.
Now it's like there's a pedo in every corner. You can't let your kids out.
Yeah, listening to Drake.
It's dangerous out here.
Yeah, I mean, we went outside, and I mean, we had each other, so
you just can't trust it anymore. It's like we used to, like, that's the thing, and maybe nothing's changed but perception.
But at the same time, it's like, how many times, like, there's like multiple times where because we don't want her just running around outside, I guess.
Because dude, I used to leave the house. I would just yell to mom or dad, "Hey, I'm going da 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 da," and I would just be gone. Walk like all the way through the neighborhood. Mm-hmm. Even to the pool.
Yeah, we used
to walk through neighborhoods as
pool.
Kids.
Like 15, 20-minute walk to the pool.
But now it's like you think of that, it's like I wouldn't let that. You can't let that happen because it's like on that road, dude. Especially now, it's like I don't know if the level of fucking weirdos has amped up.
Probably.
And then also, I don't trust the government.
Yeah.
Like any moment.
How come? It's like.
Yeah. So it's like any moment. That
makes sense. You know. So.
Can't let the kids. So it's like I gotta be. That's why I don't go in the fucking restaurant. Cause now I gotta be on 10. If I'm in the drive-thru, I can be on 8 or 9 and just be chilling. I'm in the car. I'm good. I got space. I can see. I got rear view mirrors.
Yeah, but you're gonna get gypped on all your shit.
Nah, I ain't driving away until I got all my shit. I literally check it almost every time. We went to Panda Express.
If you ordered your shit online at Chipotle and went to go pick it up, you'd be getting gypped.
Oh, you're getting gypped.
You have to go in
for Chipotle.
You have to look. They have to look you in your eyes when they try.
Anything that's not portioned out exactly, you wanna make sure it's straight. But like if you get nuggets, you get a certain amount of nuggets. If it's like rice, you might not.
Yeah.
Yeah. And they don't always. Most of the time, they don't charge us the full shit.
Well, yeah.
At least when I go in there.
Finesse. Hey.
I get the double chicken.
You just gotta confuse them. Like wait till say no rice in the beginning, and then wait till they go all the way down and be like, actually I want rice.
To hide all the rest of the food.
Then by the time it makes it all the way back, they're just trying to get you out of there.
Yeah.
No,
exactly. So I don't know. That's the thing. It's like I would love it to be like that, but
I mean that makes sense
for so many other reasons. Because if it was just the thing of like, if it was just like the, because I think when I was a kid, I imagined.
But also we went to the backyard too, though. It wasn't like I would spend like hours in the backyard.
Yeah, but we had a trampoline and we had a basketball.
Yeah,
court.
True.
Kind of like a half court. So
there was stuff to do.
It was stuff to do, and we had siblings and kids in the neighborhood. The only other kid in the neighborhood is like that one kid over there. Mm-hmm. And I don't know what he's on.
Oh, yeah.
Seems like a nice
Jason
kid.
Momoa.
He's just strange as shit. No, I don't even say he's strange as shit. Just
Jason Momoa.
He's just a fun goof. Oh, yeah. That's funny. So, I'll just tell the story. He's just a goofball. But I was like I guess he heard my name was Jason. He's like, "Are you Jason Momoa?" And I was like, "Yeah." He's like, "Really?" I was like, "Yeah." And I was like, "Look," and then we have these swords, like these Japanese training swords in the window. And I was like, "Look, those swords right there, those are props from my next movie that's coming out. They let me take some home." And he's like, "Oh, no way." And then he starts to walk away. He's like, "Jason Momoa is my neighbor." He starts to walk. That was his realization in his head. And I was like, "Yeah, you just run with that." He probably went home and was like, "Jason Momoa lives across the street." His parents. But then you have the other girl right there, but she's also like tiny. She's small. So it's like they're not gonna let her out. And then it's like the most, even like when the kids go out, it's like I feel like it's an unspoken thing between our house and their house. Like someone's gonna have to sit outside. Mm-hmm. And if I look in like one of them outside, I'm okay, I'm good. But if they're not, no one's really out there, I'm like, fuck, now I gotta be the one to sit.
That makes sense.
Cause like you need to watch. It's like, dude, even at the pool, like remember we went to the pool the other day, like I don't know, a couple months back. And that lady starts talking to Amber and Kyle and like asking them questions, and I keep jumping in like responding. I'm like, why are you talking to the kids? Mm-hmm. Like you're a grown woman, you're a 45-year-old person. And it's not like when you see a kid and the kid says hi to you, and then you say, oh hi,
yeah,
to be polite, and you don't want to like shut down the kid. You want to just be kind, but there's a space there, like especially when a kid is with an adult, like their parent. There's a space that you be respectful, and that's that, because it's like. You're not trying to do anything where if you start talking to a kid too long around their parents, it's like, what the fuck? Like, it's just weird as shit. Like, talk to the adult. You're an adult.
But at the same time, that's why they're talking to the kid, because they're trying to figure out. They don't view you as the parent. You know what I mean? Well, which is a whole nother conversation, but.
It's not about,
still weird,
maybe, though. but who are you to fucking be the analyst?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So that was just weird, and she was asking questions. Then she started asking me like where I work, and I was like, I don't know you, lady. And I was like, no disrespect, but I don't know you. And then she's like, oh, I'm sorry. And ever since then, it's like, and then that one time you like bumped into her, and she was like,
oh yeah.
I was like, dude, it's so weird. Like,
well, I was already moving that direction. She shouldn't have been floating there.
Yeah, that was weird. I don't know. So I'm just saying, like, stuff like that is like, those are the examples of like, that's a person, and she was like. Oh no! Did that come out already?
I don't know, but that's Fox Nation.
Oh,
that's not 50 Cent. I don't think he did. He would have done it. Maybe he did it with Fox.
I think 50 Cent.
We'll have to look it up.
I think 50 Cent was Diddy doing it.
Oh, yeah. So just it's we're just looking at the Roku shit, and it says Fox Nation on Roku channel. You know, what did he do? Question mark.
Yeah.
That's what just popped up. I don't know. I just thought it was funny.
It's weird that they put that on there. But we can get into that in a second. But maybe I guess it's a segue. But that's the thing. It's like some moments like that where it's like, if I was just like, hey, you guys just go to the pool, and there's no adult, and then some adult is talking to these kids, like asking them questions, and there's no adult there that is of the family to like be able to field those things, then you just put the kid in a situation where it's like, that's not a good situation for the kid. So even if she was just a regular person, but still, like, she's not behaving in a manner that you should be behaving.
Yeah, no, I agree.
You don't do that.
I mean, it makes sense, but at the same time, I don't think the solution maybe isn't coop them up.
Yeah, but I don't.
So you have to figure. So we have to find some sort of.
That's why it has. You have outlet. To create it yourself.
It's some sort of outlet. It has to happen.
I think maybe we get a trampoline. I don't know.
I don't know. Yeah, we need to see. Might have to have a fence though.
For a trampoline.
You know what I mean? So people, because we didn't have one in Maryland, but.
We didn't. Oh, it was a different HOA.
So we have to look up the rules.
I wouldn't be opposed to getting a fence though.
Yeah, wait to see if we're. Those are all questions.
Yeah, for later.
But cause my mind is like, dude, in reality, when I'm looking at it, it's like, bro, it's like the first time in a long time that I literally have. There's no way for me to plan for a future at all.
We'd actually be able to see the property line too, because I don't know how far back the property actually goes and where we don't have that and where we do have that.
Yeah.
Also, we could go to the neighbors and be like, hey, if we get the same fence as you, will you let us just connect it instead of doing a whole other fence line here? Will you let us just put it right there and go straight over?
Yeah.
And if he said, because he doesn't touch, like where his fence ends, like he'll mow like right up to that line, and he doesn't touch any of that stuff, which leads me to believe that that's our property. Because I didn't know. I was like, did he just cut it? Maybe they did the fence short.
Part of me feels like he just does what can be seen from the front.
Yeah.
he's like I'm not a fan.
He does a good. It seems like when he's out there though, he does a good job. Like he takes time, he puts care into it.
I mean, I looked at ours. Our lawns are like even now.
Yeah,
I did a good
it's
job.
one of those things when your neighbor mows the lawn, you gotta just go to yours.
Yeah, but I don't know, dude. There's not really much. The only thing I can plan for a future is just continue doing things like this, like doing the music, doing this, doing the podcast.
Wait and see what happens.
Because it's literally out of my control. I can't control how everyone feels and what everyone wants to do.
It's difficult.
So for me, it's like walk this path. Until
that's why I always have a project. I always have a project besides the music. The music is always like there, but I always have like a planet in my solar system that I'm building on.
Yeah.
Like right now, it's the video game that I'm making.
Yeah.
Which I finished. I finished the first wave. I did it just up there.
How many hours do you think it took to do the Pokédex?
It took 6 weeks. Yeah. Started it May 15th, I think.
Thanks. Yeah, that's a lot. That's good work put in.
And I got to go. I'll brush back through it, and I'm sure I made like little mistakes here and there that I got to fix.
That's good, though. It's a lot of work.
But because my mind's already been going towards like how the thing is going to play out.
Yeah. That's part of the thing with like getting the house. Like, I'm tired of, like, I don't want to have anything where I feel like I have to do this.
Well, you know this is the thing, right?
Because for so long I've been in the space where it's like I have to do this, I have to do this. Like, this has to get done, this has to get done. So I just want the house to be like this is what the house is for now. This is how it looks.
I think we need a couple things. Like, one, we need to, when we moved in here, we got thrown on shit from mom's house, from dad's house, from the people who lived here before. Mm-hmm. Just everyone just threw all their shit on us. Even continuing, I just threw the shit on the porch that got thrown on us. I just threw that shit away. Because it had been sitting there for a while because, like, oh, what are we going to do with it? But we didn't do anything with it. So we need to go through, but at the same time, you're moving into a house, so you're like, oh, I'll get whatever I can take. But now we need to be picky and actually start, like, that freezer that's dead in there. There's no point in keeping that.
Yeah, but how are we going to get rid of it?
Just put it on the curb. They come with that big crane.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
You know what I mean? And if it's too big, we'll take it to the we'll have to put it in the back of the van and take it to the dump or something.
That's what I'm saying. Like, so maybe we can put it on the side where those people come and they grab whatever.
Where is that?
Remember, just like, it's not the trash, but something else. Someone else, some other junker comes by and grabs the junkers.
They have this big ass fucking claw.
Oh, okay.
I don't even know if the claw will grab it.
We could roll it out there.
Yeah, just put it out there.
And see.
And just say free freezer. Take it or the junk man will.
Yeah, we can, 100%. But honestly, for the past year, that's what I've been doing. I've honestly been purging a bunch of shit. Even the last yard sale, the yard sale was literally. There's one little thing of a couple things that I didn't want to just give away, like because we can make. There's like a brand new kayak rack. Like somebody is gonna want that for $50. You know, it's worth like 100. So, blah blah blah. So there's like 2 things I kept, and then the rest of the stuff is all the stereos that I want to keep.
Yeah.
And then so I've done that. I've purged all this shit. Literally to the last, we took it all the fuck. We just took it to Goodwill. Even though it's probably not the best place to take it, still we're just like fuck it, let's just do it. Just take it.
Well, this is the thing. What we should do is we should actually utilize the attic because most of the attic is the suitcases get thrown up there. But if we go up there, we see what the space is. Even if we have to go buy some boards and lay them down on top of the fluff.
But at the same time, like that, like if we look like that's in my mind, like we should go in the garage and reorganize everything and just turn the shell so the wall goes like that, and then we could take out. But in reality, like when I'm looking at it, it's like. That right there, this room right here, going to Walmart and maybe buying that thing I saw. We didn't go back and look, but get that done. Out there, that front room that you see the podcast room has been like not really trash, but just
it's not nice.
Whatever. The studio, you know what I'm saying? So my mind is like all that is more important than the garage shit.
Yeah, no, the garage would be a later thing, but I'm just saying overall, it's like the thing that turns like the garage is as a workout space. When we clean the workout space, it just gets invaded. Back with other shit,
but at the same time, because everything else is, that's my point. I'm honestly tired of feeling like I have stuff to do. I want to be able to just do what I want to do. Yeah, but it's like I'm looking like even here like, and then so my mind is like in the next week that's what I'm gonna do. I'm just gonna whatever I can do, and then if we do it together, if we don't do it together, like I'm just gonna do whatever I can do and just leave it at that.
I think we just start with the games. Like, what we should do is go in there, pull everything out. Even because I organized the closet for the Nerf guns, but we can find a new. That we don't. All Nerf guns don't have to be in there, especially if the kids are gonna go in there and fucking trash it, like they did. Now I gotta clean that shit up.
But and then I also don't want to be like in the middle, like all the stuff, like because you're buying stuff to set. Like I don't want to be in the middle of like setting up and cleaning and this and that. I don't want to. Yeah, definitely. I don't want to combine too many things.
I agree. So. I mean, that's what I've been doing. So. As much as I can do.
But at the same time, like I don't. That's why it's like this week or whatever. Like I don't. There's no. We'll get to it. It's like let's just fucking do it.
I'm not even on that. We'll get to it. I've been doing it.
So yeah, but at the same time, but even the kitchen, like we'll do like a little bit of the kitchen. We won't actually fully attack it. Like we should go in there, throw away all the shit we don't need. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? And then what happens is because it's not fully there, it's so easy just to let it go back to being trashed. Yeah. You know what I mean? Honestly, that pisses me off when I step on a crumb. I know. I step on crumbs every time. You know, I'm not the one making these crumbs.
You know what I was going to do? I just forgot. And then I realized like the cleanup wouldn't even be worth it. I was going to wait till you got home from work one day. And like be like try to time it where like you're getting home and be on the other side like near the laundry area and be like, yo, come here, like when you're walking in. But on the floor I would have laid down a thin layer of water everywhere. So as soon as you walk in you just get wet sock trapped. That's ridiculous. That's what I was gonna do. And then I realized I started looking at the floor, I was like, if I put water all over this is gonna like it's not gonna be
I don't know, I'm just tired of living like this.
You just gotta take those steps then.
You know. But at the same time, it's like not all my stuff.
Yeah, but you can make decisions and make those decisions easy for everyone. Like if all the games, right? We have already been talking about getting rid of some of the games. Yeah. If you pulled all the games out of the closet,
I was until I looked at the floor and I said, "Fuck that! I'm not doing this myself."
But that's the point. Something like I clean in that moment. I mean, I did Amber's room with Amber. I did my room by myself, which is. Me and Kitty obviously share that space, but I did that while she was at work. Even with the baby around, it's like, and today was the first day of because I have my 3 days where I just have the kids because she's at work, and then of course I work. But the other 2 days I was cleaning as much as I can do. I'll do it.
No, I understand.
But it's just a matter of like. I mean?
But instead of like, basically, in my mind, I think as a collective, our mission should be to get the house.
Yeah, definitely.
To where we said we wanted to get to, and let's actually do it. Especially with the things that are coming up, like let's just do it. And then the more we wait, there's gonna be more that's intertwined in the thing. You know what I mean? And at this point, I'm at the point where I'm like honestly just fed up with it. So I'm gonna do what I can. But if that's going in the kitchen and deciding on myself what I'm throwing away,
you just don't have to make the death decisions by yourself. You just take the necessities that you know, like the dining room. You had shit, everyone had shit in there. I cleaned the dining room by myself.
I've done that with the other room. I put everyone's mail.
So what I'm saying is, what you're telling me is like, I'm already on that. So you're preaching to the choir.
Yeah, but at the same time, it's not. But it's basically, I'm saying we're not getting it done fast enough. I'm not saying you're not doing the work. I'm just saying that as a collective, we're not getting there fast enough in my mind.
That's fine.
So in this week, I want to get there. No matter whatever the price it costs, I want to get there. That's my personal feeling.
I mean, I'm down.
So if you're down, I'm down to do it, and whatever everyone can help in whatever way.
I'm down. I mean, I was already doing this by myself essentially, so I'm not opposed.
We all do it in different ways.
I know, but what I'm saying is like you're talking about the whole thing. Rooms is like I've been every week I've tackled a different room.
I understand. I understand, and it basically for me, it's just been in those first couple of months. I did that to the point where I couldn't do anything. Then everything happened with Katie and blah blah blah, and all that shit happened. So then we got the new. Now we have more space, and we've been moving the space. And then I did it with the garage 4 or 5 times. I've done it with the garage. Every time it looks nicer and nicer and nicer and nicer.
Yeah.
You know, but then it is to the point. So then it's like even my room. So it's like, you know, but it's just like, you know, we do the kitchen, and then the next day it's like we just let it get fucked up.
Well, the kitchen is hard. The kitchen will always be the dirtiest thing in the house because we're constantly cooking.
Yeah, but at the same time, we have to get to the mindset of we cook, but we also need to maybe it's someone's cooking, someone's cleaning, whatever the thing is. But we have to have a system where it just gets trashed. Like if someone drops cereal on the floor, we need to figure out how we're gonna get this cereal up.
Well, we just need to call. Well, I mean,
as a collective.
Yeah, we just need to call everybody and then just have the conversation. That's all it is.
So, but basically, I think in my mind, the first thing is to get the house to a base layer of what it should look like.
Yeah.
And then once it's there, now it's like that's out of place. Not out of place, but that's dirty because of this. This is how you, like, even Amber's room, like how many times Amber cleaned her room?
Yeah.
And now when you say I want the room clean, this is what it should look like. We all saw it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Basically that.
Yeah, I agree.
You know? So that's where I want to get to personally.
I'm down. We just have to have the conversation with everybody because essentially you're preaching to the choir. Those words are not really needed for me.
Yeah. But at the same time, when we wake up, what are we doing? You know what I mean? As we're all doing like, okay, I'm going to go work on the game. I'm going to go whatever. I've been watching soccer. So in my mind, but if you would have came to me and like, yo, let's clean up this room. Let's actually do it while I'm sitting here. While I would have done it or whatever. Oh, or like, oh, can you do dishes? I was like, all right, I'll do them. Like, boom, do them.
Yeah. You
know what I mean? But at the same time, like, how many times I said, let's reorganize the kitchen, but it's like, it takes like we have to like just want to get it done. Like,
but it also takes you doing it because if you just are doing it, people will join in. If you're like if you're waiting for someone else to start, that's like
it's not waiting for everyone. It's basically waiting for everyone to be ready to be all in on it.
I mean, I'm literally at any moment as long as I am able. I've always been in that spot.
Yeah.
I've never been like, nah, fuck that.
Yeah.
So.
But.
So I'm down. I don't give a shit.
That's where I'm at with it.
Yeah.
Cause I just want to. And for me, the real deep down reason, because I just want to get to the point where I really have nothing else. Like I have to go to work. Obviously, we have to make money. We have to fucking.
Yeah, but there's no other thing hanging over.
But there's nothing. There's really nothing else I have to physically do.
Like
I can
a pristine house.
I can wake up and be like, what do I actually want to do today, without walking to the room being like.
But that's why. This is why we have to utilize the space correctly. Like. That's why we need to utilize the attic, because all those stereos and all that equipment should go to the attic. The reason why is because like the Nerf guns have a higher chance of just getting used. Those should get moved in there, right? Where we have that shit, that should be like the Nerf guns. All the toys, like the garage can be like the work area, and then have all the excess toys, like whatever. But it has a place. We don't need a pile full of fucking all the DVDs and the CD. All that doesn't need to be there. It's just sitting there collecting space. We should put that in the attic, because it's being saved for a later day anyway. Till we have an actual real space where you can set everything up. That's for the next house. That's not for this house.
Yeah.
So therefore, we need.
I still view that as the last space.
But you got to make space though.
There is space.
Yeah, but not really. I mean, if you need to take, if we took all the shit that was there, and we moved it to the attic, then that whole closet of shit can go in there. Now that's open for whatever needs to go in there, and so on and so forth. It flows in. The most open space is the attic. So if you start with the most open space, go there. But everything can get touched in different ways. It doesn't matter. That's what I'm saying. If we just move that shit up there, it's like, because that my biggest thing with the thing is I've been wanting to move this stuff out of that garage for a while, but that's something like, yo, I want to keep this, whatever. But it's just a matter of relocating how that can work. So it's like if we move it to the attic, then it's like we have actual space. Because when I did a round of the garage, and my round stopped in that section. because I no longer could move any further.
But we still had a whole bunch of shit in there at that time. Like the garage has not been touched since the last garage sale. 100%. I know it for a fact. So it was
before then, yeah.
And it's before that. Then we got rid of a whole bunch of shit.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So we haven't even we never.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, I had to work that day. If I didn't have to work that day, then the garage, it would have just been one.
So it doesn't matter to me. So we can start where we're going to start, but I think like if we take like all the stuff, I don't really know what we put in this closet. But if we just took all the stuff that doesn't really need to be,
I think that closet's fine. Like it's good to have the toys, and that's why we put them in there to begin with. You know what I'm saying?
I don't know. We need to get that bathroom together too. Also, all the toilets need to get scrubbed. It's a lot of shit.
Yeah, but that's the point. Like I don't want to get to the point where we have all these blurred lines when it gets down to the day. Yeah. It's like as far as like like vacuuming the day before and all that stuff. Like I'd rather have that than it's like trying to figure out where this is going. What are we doing with this?
Yeah. I mean, I'm down. I mean, we still have the fucking in the little ottoman thing that from the Nerf campaign. Like that just needs to get reset.
Yeah, and we can put the extra pillows in there or whatever.
Yeah, whatever needs to get put in there.
But yeah, something I'll probably go to Walmart, go look at that thing again, see for the TV, so just it looks nice or whatever. But yeah, I don't know. But I really just want to be at the spot where I have nothing else. I have nothing to do besides the hours to go to work for the money, and then that's it.
Yeah, I agree. I want the pristine house.
Yeah, that's what I thought about today. I was like, that's what I want to do this next week. But
so then what we should do, and we could technically do this. What time do you go to work tomorrow?
10. I work all day. Oh. And I work all day on Saturday. So
because we can take all the games. The games are the easy one, and because we still have that pile of games, then we can take it to that one shop. And all the ones we don't want, we just take it to the shop. Whatever they buy. Whatever they don't, we just throw away.
Yeah.
That's like an easy first step.
To me, that's the last step.
I don't understand why, though.
Because it's like that, like in the garage right now, there's space. And we're not utilizing it anyway at the moment right now. So it's like if we want to put that stuff there, we can put that stuff there. But in my mind, when I opened up the cabinet and it's all fucked up, and like that is more important.
Kitchen is the first thing?
I would say everything in the house, inside the house, the garage. We can use the garage as a point.
But the games in the closet are inside the house.
I understand the games. Yeah, I understand that. So, but I was going to do that till I saw the shit on the floor, and I was like, all right, Amber's going to have to help with this. Like, I'm not just going to clean up whatever without whatever. But point being is like if that like that could easily be, that's in the house, the front room over there, the kitchen, and the studio. Those are the main things.
Yeah, what I'm saying though, like the games that we don't like from here,
we just put them in the garage.
I'll just take them myself then.
You can,
because I don't want to wait for that.
You can take them whenever you want.
Yeah,
I never stopped. No one's ever.
Well, every time I brought it up, you're like, no, we'll just do that later.
No, I'm saying is that in my mind, the kitchen, the way taking out a 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 games, and taking that box away, and then either goes or whatever, then okay, yeah, that's one box. But at the same time, in my mind, it's more worthwhile to go in the kitchen, actually take out the stuff we don't want in the kitchen, and organize the kitchen, and that way, so the kitchen doesn't keep getting dirty every time, or past the point of dirtiness. You know what I'm saying? Like where it's now beyond that, where now it's not just the dishes or this, it's like the whole thing needs to be polished up at this point. You know what I'm saying? Where it's like that, like put in those, because at that point it's like, okay, yes, like if the closet's done and those games are gone, then yeah, they're out of here. But at the same time, it's not like there's no room to move the stuff. We've already got rid of a bunch of shit.
I just feel like if you can't, because we can't enter that. If you can't enter it, it's a problem.
I understand that. But at the same time, it's like, I already went through the games at fun, but like all those, I can look right there. Life, Pirates of the Caribbean, Battleship, Clue, Scotland Yard. I'm not gonna get rid of any of those. Toy Story, all the ones right there, I'm not gonna get rid of. I already went. It's just really the party ones and the ones up there. I already organized.
Just need a better. I don't know. I think it doesn't matter. It's a different angle. It all has to get done.
But yeah, it all has to get done for sure.
Because I just see my level of importance is different, I think.
But it's like in my mind, like the one box of games that's out there versus the trash bags and all the other stuff around in there. You know what I'm saying? Like that is that is creating more friction than anything else. So all that.
The thing is, for me, I literally clean the kitchen every week. So it's like,
I understand that.
Yeah.
But at the same time, we never actually get it to the pristine. We never, because when you open the one cabinet, it's all just thrown in there. All that stuff, it's not actually organized.
Yeah.
And it's not utilized
But
to
I
the
feel the
best of its
same thing
ability.
about that, and I feel the same thing about the garage. It's like all those places. So it's like.
But at the same time, it's like, okay, yeah, I understand that, but we walk through the kitchen more than anything else.
I mean, we can start with that. I just don't.
All these things. We use the studio more than anything else. You know what I mean?
It's just the blocks. That's really it. Because for me, it's a different level of blocks. Because I can't, like, I mean, up until now, it's like I wasn't going to touch all the stereos because we hadn't essentially talked about that. And those are really your things. So it's like, but I feel like it's the ebb and flow of space. So in my mind, it's like if I was going to tackle it by myself, I would probably do the closet first just because it'd be easy. I'd pull the shit out, take all the games I don't want, put them in a pile. I'd throw them right in the trunk. And then whenever I was in that route, I would just go drop them off. Then I would take all the stereos and shit, move them upstairs, reorganize, and all those shoes that never get worn, throw them all away or whatever. And then I would take all that stuff and just move it up to the attic. And then with that open space, I would take everything in this closet that doesn't need to be in there, put in there. Because even all the games, like, we can't really access all the. We can, but we can't. It's difficult because they're all stacked up. And I made a makeshift fucking shelf system. I would just take that down. Because I don't need the makeshift shelf. That probably can get moved somewhere else. That little table, could just put in Amber's room or something. Yeah, the other little thing, I don't know. I don't know. It's a level, and then the kitchen's like, yeah, I can get. Like, yeah, we could do that too. I don't know. It's just different blocks, and
yeah,
for me.
I mean, in my mind, like, I'm just like, the way I'm looking at it is like the garage, like right now the garage is still hub, like, okay, yeah, the stairs are in there, this and that, it's not whatever. In the house, we pretty much took everything, we took the stuff out that doesn't need to be in each room or whatever. We've pretty much done that.
Like, really, the podcast shit should go in here. And I mean, and not be, because the thing is, like, even when we were all chilling here the other day and the kids are running in here, and it's like,
but at the same time, it's like, what are we doing with that? Show me something that we're gonna do better with that thing that we're using. The cabinet thing? Yeah. Because in my mind, it's like all this stuff is perfectly safe in there. No one's opening it. No one's going in there. But it can be the same thing for the closet. But at the same time, the closet, even door, the kids can run in, open the closet door.
Yeah, but if they know that it's not, there's nothing in there anymore.
Yeah, but still, it doesn't stop them from hiding in the closet, from hiding. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I guess so. But that's the thing where where it becomes difficult, where it's not just like all the things that I can do on my own. Like, of course, I do Amber's room because me and her can do that, and then I can do my room because I don't need to ask anyone's permission, like, for the most part, to clean whatever up. I might have, like, key to suggestions for whatever we're doing, but, like, there's certain things that I can't do. Like, I did the dining room where I even fucking tie-dyed the table cover just so it fit the season, because we had a white one and had some stains on it from Thanksgiving. And I cleaned up pretty much got everything. I took all those bags of canes that were hiding in the corner. I put them in there, like, to the best. But there's that one, which we should just throw it away, that fucking table that's all shredded up that I used to put my foot on in the old podcast room. We just get rid of that. It's like, I don't know. And I guess that thing fits right there. But what I would do with it probably, which I don't know, I have to think about it because we have the glass case in there. But that glass case of liquor technically could get moved in that room. That cabinet could be like where we put all those mugs and shit, because it's really a bar cart. So I would do that. I'd move all because part of the kitchen mess, if you open those drawers, is just random, fucking all that shit could be organized in there. That this is like that kind of area of the dining room. You know what I mean? And then this corner over here, I don't really know what to do with it, but yeah, like having the glass thing out there is probably not the best because we play fucking sports over here. So there's some things that's like, and because it's full of the podcast. But that's my point, is that's why it's a collective thing. Yeah, we have to get to the space collectively. Not in like you said, I could be beating a dead horse by even talking to you about it. Yeah, because it really. But the point being is, like, somehow or another, we all have to collectively get to this point. And yeah, there's things that are coming up that might influence that, but it has to be taken beyond that. Like, we have to carry this all the way through. And how many times I brought up when we were all in the kitchen, we should organize this kitchen. Yeah. Stating that, like, I'm technically currently down to do it. Yeah. But if y'all aren't down, but you gotta be specific, because you saying that, and that's fair, right? But if you're like, hey, we should do this, and it's like everyone's in the middle doing some other shit, then it's like it's not gonna happen. But if it's like, yo, this is what we're doing, then it will happen. Yeah. That's it. And then for me, it's a matter of the blocks. Like, the garage to an extent is blocked for me because there's shit that I, up until now, before the conversation, I wasn't gonna move the stairs to the attic and have you feel some type of way about it.
Yeah, but at the same time, it's like, but really,
And
but what is it blocking though?
For me, it's the ebb and flow of everything. It's like when you say the kitchen, to me, I also include that little side area.
Mm-hmm.
That little side area has some stuff that we probably shouldn't have there, like the big glass thing that has like the liquor in it, which is unorganized. That should get moved.
But we've never talked about what we're gonna do. We never talked about removing that glass thing from there.
It's the ebb and flow. This is what I'm saying, right? We take all the stereos out, move those there. All the games in here get moved there. From the games and stuff getting moved there, all the podcast stuff gets moved over here. Because I opened up that bar cart, right? Now the bar cart takes all the bar stuff out of the kitchen. All the random bar stuff. We have shot glasses over here. We got random stuff over here. It all goes there. Now that's a designated area. Now there's more space in the kitchen. So that, to me, that's where the ebb and flow is. So it's like, yeah, it's not, maybe they're not the most important thing, but we can't fully clean the kitchen if we don't have places to put everything. And now that's not the whole answer, like the bar cart. But if you just visualize it and you say, well, the dining room it's not the play area. Obviously, the play area is over here. Because even when we play we're playing hockey and we cross that line, that's the clear line. No one presses over there, right? Because you end up going back around or going back the other way. It's just a pass through area. So I think that's the domino. And I started with Amber's room because that was the one that was the most out of hand. But it's the same. It's that what we were talking about before when we had another housemate here and all their shit was spilling everywhere. And because you have other people's shit spilling in places, it stops you from being able to do stuff. It's the same thing with that closet. Like, you found all this stuff on the ground, and it stopped you from doing it because you're like, it triggers me. I look at it, I'm like, because I had the conversation, don't touch this shit because if it spills over, it's going to make a big mess. And now look at it's a big mess, and she didn't tell me. But now she's gone for a little bit, so now it's going to be a conversation when she gets back. So it's one of those things, and it's like, that's the frustration of the kids, where it's like the kids are going to do random shit. And you kind of have to walk behind them and pick shit up. And that's just what it's going to be. But if you minimize the amount of shit in their way, then there's the least amount of damage you have to pick up. So to me, that's the ebb and flow. I think the garage is not the most important. It's the most tucked away. But because it's the most tucked away, it's just like the rooms.
But arguably it's been worked on the most.
Yeah, it has.
So in my mind. And that's why it's like me. I put in so many hours into that garage.
So what I'll say is
I'm just trying to see.
Yeah, I'll just say it's not about, we're not cleaning the garage though.
Yeah, no.
It's about making space.
It is about making space, and it is about reorganizing. Yeah, I agree.
Because what's going to happen is there is everything space we take out, it's all going to get filled back up again. But to me, it's like, imagine a big pot with a bunch of water in it and like little blockers, and you slide the thing out and make space. And maybe you can start from the top and keep sliding, and the water will keep going down that way. But it's like just making space for the next thing to come in, because everything that gets moved out, it's going to get filled with something else. But then because that hole is open, boom, water flows, and the whole thing, because you need space to put everything. I think about that with the Nerf guns. I'm like, where the fuck am I going to put them? The reason they got thrown in there is because there's nowhere else to put them.
But even so, where are you going to put them out there?
That's what those gray shells will be in my mind.
But at the same time, a bunch of loose Nerf guns sitting on a shelf, is that really the best?
Well, it's
for them to be knocked over and blah, blah, blah.
Maybe not, but where would we put them? Because I don't think this closet, because of the way this room is turning into, where it's the podcast room and we got this big TV, the kids shouldn't be playing in here. If you have because of all the toys and shit that are in there, they're going to come this way.
Yeah.
If we close this down, it's not.
But if they go out there and look for them, how many times are those things going to slam to the concrete? That's basically where my head's at. So we just have to think of, and just like you said, I said, tell me something that's better in my mind, this stuff being in that bar cart is the safest place. Because no one's opening it. No one's going in there at all. There's no chance that the kids are even going to hide in there because it can't fit. But then you bring up the point, okay, the glasses, we never talked about putting those glasses or moving that liquor out of there and blah, blah, blah. And if that's the case, I'm not against that either, because I don't really know if displaying the liquor is the best thing anyway for the kids or either. Yeah. It's like probably better to tuck it away anyway. So
because I feel like I think the problem for me in terms of feng shui of the house is that I feel like a room needs to be whatever that room is, and that's what that room is. So like when we're in the studio, the studio for me is a place where you're creative, and it's entertainment and creation, essentially. Mm-hmm. Entertainment is the games in there, like video games, and creation is whatever we do creatively.
Yeah.
So when we're in there and Amber's jumping around there, I always tell her, like, this is not the place to jump around. You can go jump around in your room, or you can go play over there. There's spots, but right. So when you have a specific thing, then it's like that space has a vibe, and that's what the vibe is, and it's pure and it's clean. The problem with this room is that we have, I think, still Kita's tattoo stuff is in here.
Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, there's definitely stuff. I threw away a box the other day that was just
all trash.
It was like all over, like the ink trash and all that stuff.
So it's like you have that, right? Because at one point she was doing tattoos in here until the mouse came in, and then that stopped her. Now she does it in our room when she does it. But this is a whole other side thing. But we were talking about clearing out the shed and turning that into her little area for that. And I was thinking of like, because we're gonna to rent a dance floor for the wedding, and to buy the pieces to build it, it's like to buy the pieces is like $40 more. It's gonna be like $400 to rent it or $440 to buy the pieces. So I'm like, we might as well just buy the pieces, spend the 40 extra bucks, get the pieces, then we can take the pieces, put them down as the flooring in there, clean the whole shit out. I can put caulk down on the sides and the holes.
You're gonna do what?
Lay my caulk down to clean all those so bugs can't get in or they don't or less.
We'll have to get the guy to spray in there.
Yeah. And then there's that one shelf which she can keep up because that she can already put some stuff in. We can get a new polish or whatever paint it, whatever needs to get done can get done. And then her stuff can go over there, and that gives her a creative space out there. But then it's like, so in this room specifically, yeah, we got this TV on this weird ass stand that we made, and that's fine. It is what it is, what we got for now. But then you have kids' toy shit, and we got podcast shit. There's no flow to what's going on in here. It's random. And so like even like, but I can see what the room's turning out to be when Calvin, Eddie, and Bree and all them come over. We don't sit in the family room. Everyone comes over here. So this is to me.
That's because that's where I was at the time.
Fair.
If I was out there, they probably would have sat
out there. It's the playground. The kids play in the family room because they throw what they want to throw on the TV. Mm-hmm. And that's the place, even with Amber, she knows that she can go to that TV and put what she wants without asking anybody.
Yeah.
In her room, because she broke her Roku remote, she has to ask for someone's phone to do it. But down here, she can do whatever she wants. She can go watch whatever she wants, right? So that's the family room. Over there is the family room. It's mostly the kids, but it's the family room. Over here, I feel like it should be the adult area. Extension becomes kitchen. Extension becomes where we can get the alcohol from, right? Boom, boom, boom. Like if we're drinking or whatever. Like the dining room is like the classy area, so that's where all the classy adult shit should be in that sense. This is like the hangout, podcast, talk, whatever. Like when the kids are all running around, I'm like, okay, no kids. Like you guys play over there. But because there's a closet over there with toys, they're gonna want to run in here.
Yeah, makes sense.
But it makes it easy. It's like. Yeah. So yeah, like, and okay, it does pose the problem of like having all the Nerf guns out where they can just grab one off.
All it is how do we find a solution? That's it.
Yeah.
But my point is, from the beginning, was that we just have to, like, in this next week, if we can, as a collective, we should all get to this point where we want to just get it done.
But I will say that there's a higher chance of just us two doing it.
That's fine, but at least we know that's what we're getting into in this next week is to be able to say that by the end of the next week is that like the house is. Wherever it's at. Maybe the floors aren't mopped or whatever yet, but the house is where we want it to be at. The next level of it, basically. And so
part of it, one, I think is, just a reframing of the vision of it. Because I think, like, I really do think that we should put...
My only thing about the stairs, I don't, like, the attic is, like, the hottest place in the house. So it's like putting, like, the old technology in the hottest place in the house, and even the DVDs and the cases. Is it the best for it? I don't know. Maybe it has no effect on it.
I mean...
But in my mind, it's, like, all the stuff that we can't really like you can't really replace like fully.
Not really, no.
So it's like in my mind it's like
but it's also
if it can go up there.
Yeah. I think it's
whatever. But we haven't really tried to actually organize. That's just what I was doing. All that organization is from when there's a whole bunch of shit in there, not from when there's been cleared out space and how can we use this space now.
Yeah.
But if we think, I mean, we can put them up there and if they get fucked up, then they get fucked up. We just throw them away.
Because the garage could end up being a spot where it's actually like, you have the workout area in there.
But if we take that step, like we're gonna have to put a place for the lawnmower and stuff like that. So inevitably, the garage is gonna have to be a half and half. Just what are those halves? One half is gonna be the workout area, and whatever. The other half is gonna be the scooters and all that shit. We're gonna have a spot for it.
Yeah, which should be even like all the stuff that is in there that we need to keep. It should be this side of the garage.
Yeah.
So the back side, I don't know.
So I'm not against it. I just don't know if it matters that they're up in the heat or not. I don't know.
Yeah, I'm not sure. I mean, the garage does get pretty hot though too. Maybe not as hot as the attic, but
yeah, well, yeah, the attic's gonna be.
The thing is like, where would we put them though? That's the problem.
I don't know. Or how do you create it where it's like doesn't take away from the room? I don't know. We can look it up. I don't know. Yeah, that is my only negative.
I mean, other side is an actual restraint. You actually set it up. So if you take like, because I know some of those big speakers are radios too.
Yeah.
So you can take like one of them, put them in the family room on the brown shelf, right? Set one of them up there. Because like I put that mini one out there. It's mad fuzzy, but it's like one of the tiny ones. And I was letting it run for a while, but I never took the time to really find the right station.
Yeah.
But we could technically take that approach. Like you have a stair, even on top of the kitchen. One could be right up there. You know what I mean? And the shit could be on, and just have music playing.
Yeah.
Because that's why I've been leaving the music on or the shit on in my room and then the studio. Because then when you walk around, you hear music.
Yeah, it's like Benika's house.
Yeah.
She always had music.
But it makes the space. It fills the space.
Yeah. No, so that's not a bad idea.
You know, that's a way to utilize it without just tucking it away. Now the stuff like where it has the like cassette and the CD, like that kind of shit. Yeah. Technically,
but there is still that thing out there.
The long one.
So we could leave like a couple so you could still listen to music out there, or just have it as an aesthetic. It doesn't even have to be used. Yeah. It could be aesthetically, it just looks nice.
But that could be set up because of the workout room.
Yeah, it could be 100%. You know, and that's why it's like they might not all be. Maybe it's dispersing them around the house or whatever. Yeah. But my only negative thing about putting the attic is that it's the hottest place, and I don't know if it's safe to put them up there. And I don't want the shit to get ruined. I'd rather just have it stored right there and not get ruined. So me personally.
Okay, so then just readjusting. Then what I think we should do is clear out this closet. Take the games we don't want. We'll just throw them in my trunk. I'll take them when I get a chance. Then with that open space, we should. However we need to, because we have like this gray one right here that we set the camera up. There's also that white shelf that's being used as like the thing. However we can do it, or whatever we can grab to make it more safe. If we want to put the mics in a safe spot, but even like this on the boxes, they can go on the shelf.
Yeah, I'm not. They're gonna be fine in there. Like nothing's gonna get broken. Yeah. But the thing is, like in like that bar cart, like it's never getting opened. Like it never gets opened, which might be a good thing for the liquor because it'll never get opened by the kids. So they're not even seeing the liquor.
Yeah.
So maybe that's. So I'm not.
Yeah, and then moving that, then we take the glass thing, we move that in there, and then the glass thing, because we have like it's just a pour over of random shit. Like we have the beer glasses; those should all be in the cart, and we can put the bottles on that thing, so it actually looks nice. And then and Keita already moved. She already kind of set up the family room, like she moved the tree and she put the shelf. Then we can start taking the stereos or whatever and put them in places that they actually fit. Like we can take one, and we can put them in over there, in the thing over there. I don't really know. We could even put one on that little table that's by the window, one right there. I don't know if we want to do that because it might be more dangerous.
No,
but on that one, that brown shelf, because of the way it's set up and has the holes, you could even set up like the cassettes with the CDs. Don't put all the CDs out, or it could have some out, whatever. Just like maybe a small collection out. That way it's like set up there, and then you could actually just pop a record on or whatever.
So I got all like the records in my room.
Yeah. So but from moving the bar shit out the kitchen, all the stuff that's bar stuff, then we can go through the kitchen, get rid of all the shit that we don't want or don't need. Because there's a bunch of stuff that we kept because it's like there's no point in throwing it away, but no one uses it.
Yeah.
And then we should, reorganize so we can actually.
Yeah, the kitchen, the biggest part is the organization. That's why it gets fucked up.
Yeah.
You open up the thing, all the pots are scattered. The pans are never on the fucking rack.
And you should go through the pantry again, because I'm sure there's shit in there that's dead.
But that's basically what I want to get to. Like this time next week, we say like the house is like at its that way. In the next 2 weeks, when there's things that are happening, it's like all we have to do is just like mop or vacuum or whatever.
Two things. One, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, when Kita goes to work, if we woke up early, like 8 a.m. and started working, like just like it was the garage sale, you can get, because that's what I did from one of the rooms. I was up early.
Yeah.
I don't remember what it was.
Well, the way I look at it is like the longest room is going to be the kitchen. 100%.
Well, we can start there if you want.
The last and longest room. The studio is going to take us just organizing the closet, putting the Pokemon cards away, and vacuuming, and just setting it up.
That's nice. The thing. We need to go through that other closet that has the video games. Just touch it up, because I think it's a little bit jumbled.
But, and then, so it's like this room is going to take like not long at all. This room is just pulling that shit out.
Yeah.
That's pretty much it. And then getting a new stand. so that they just the vibe is right.
Yeah.
You know, but yeah, so that's where I want to get. Just so there's really nothing else I have to do, and then I can just purely focus on making money. And
I also kind of feel like we should just get a
do.
different TV for this room.
Nah, I like this TV in here.
It's just so heavy though.
Yeah.
Like if we put it up on a stand.
Put it on a stand. I'm not gonna hang it. I'm just gonna put it on a stand. I like it, especially for me.
Because realistically, the TV should be wherever the TV is. Just imagine stacking one on top. That's where it really should be.
Yeah, but I honestly like it down. I actually like this vibe, especially when I'm in here by myself.
I guess the thing I don't like about this is what I want to do. What I've said it a couple of times, but it's like what your point is good. It's like might as well just sell the couch. Is like because this thing sticks out and that stand is there. It's like you have to walk this weird path just to get to the bathroom. It's so hard. Then we got these lamps and shit.
Well, we definitely have to get rid of
Which
that.
obviously have to get moved. Well, that can get moved to the where what will be Kita's tattoo parlor. That shit can get because she'll need the lights, and that's a really bright light.
Yeah.
But it's like that to me is a turnoff. Like I if it was up, like I said, if it was up to me, I would. Which I don't know how to. It's been. A long
at the
time,
same time, that's why we're in this. Like this place is pretty much just you just chill in here.
Yeah.
Chill and speak or whatever. Like I think honestly we should have probably a different setup. But there's no way we tried. How many different ways did we try to figure out how to put this couch?
Yeah, this is the best we can
This
do.
is the only way it can happen.
The only better thing we can do is replace this door with one that slides right behind that door.
Yeah. But that's why my thing is like, how much can we really plan for the future? That's where I'm at. Cause it's like, the way I'm looking at it is that I don't know where everyone's head's at for real. So it's like, I'm not gonna. What's the point of making the whole change if we ain't gonna be here? You know what I mean?
I feel like we'll be.
And that's where I'm at.
I feel like we'll be here at least till Amber's done middle school.
But that's why we have to, and as soon we have to figure out the net. But that might have to take whatever the next conversations are or whatever. Yeah. Because we don't fully control.
Part of it maybe is cleaning because if everything's actually cleaned up and like pristine, then it's like
this is what we're in.
Yeah. But there's things that we should do later, like once it's nice, then we should actually repaint the house, like hire somebody, spend the money, get a good job. Get the house repainted.
And that's basically where I'm at. Like, I'm definitely down to invest in it, but we all have to be ready to do that. And if not, that's fine. But let's at least just enjoy what we're living in now. Like,
yeah, I agree.
That's just where I'm at. But
just steps that have to be taken.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm down. I would be down, even tomorrow, if you want to. Cause
I'm not gonna wake up earlier than 9.
Yeah.
Because I'm already gonna wake up and have to make sure this is uploaded in time. Then I'm gonna go to work. I'm gonna be there all day. So.
But on Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, those are the big days. Because if we wake up,
even Sunday, in my mind, even Sunday, because it's like that's a collective day we can.
Yeah, well, we'll see. We'll see what happens on Sunday. The thing is, me and Keita have to do that marriage course. Required.
True.
It takes 6 hours.
You're doing that on Sunday?
I think so.
Oh, okay. Well then.
But Tuesday, Wednesday, what I'm saying, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, until Keita leaves, I'm like before Keita leaves, I can move around freely because she'll take the kids. But then once she leaves, it's like I'm essentially on Nahi's time the whole time.
Yeah.
Because it's like whenever he needs something, and it's like, and since he's so little that I can't just send him off to do some shit or whatever, or even just sit him in the thing where he's just chilling and whatever. He just wants to be held, or he's a baby, right? So I'm always working around that. It's a bit harder, but I cleaned all Amber's room working around Nahi. I cleaned that room over there working around.
It's possible. It's just about.
But so I would rather take the approach of waking up early. And starting to do it because I like that feeling when it hits 1 o'clock or 1 p.m.
I'm down to literally do nothing else but make sure this house gets to where we want it to.
Yeah, it's just times a day for me. Like this, I'd rather by 1 p.m. be like, oh wow, look what we did. I like that better than being halfway through the day and then being like, oh, let's start to clean.
Yeah, no. I'm saying like I'm down to do it and literally not stop till 8 p.m. and then rest, enjoy the night, and wake up and do it again. Like because in my mind, it's like if I would like. Oh, I'm like, all right, I kind of want to make some music or whatever. But I walk in the studio and I can just feel the shit that's not done.
Well, that's where I'm at. Also, I feel like we need to rearrange it again.
Yeah, exactly. It's just, and it's that point where it's just like I don't feel fully comfortable. I don't feel relaxed.
Yeah.
Because even yesterday, like I'm sitting here, like I'm looking at the closet, I'm like, oh, it's fucked up. Like I should do something before I go to work. Like if this closet gets done, then at least that's done by the time we get to the next thing. But then it's like you see how like what the hurdle's gonna be. I'm like, oh, bro, I'm I'm not gonna just sit here and do it.
We really need to we need to rearrange it.
But just
because even that third station that we had set, we might as well just break that down.
Well, she's not gonna be rethinking it at all. She's gonna keep that in there.
Probably she's gonna stay in that room. Or even if we do play, like we get back into it, we're all playing again. She's probably gonna, because it's much more. She likes being in the room. It's much more comfortable. Her shit's already set up. The only downside is she doesn't have a chair. But even when she would sit in that chair, she'd be like, "Oh, like sitting in the chair too long is like whatever."
Mm-hmm.
So most likely the PlayStation will stay in the room. And then, I mean, I already took the wire out of my Xbox because I was like, I needed it for the printer because it wouldn't connect, and I just wired it. And I haven't touched it in a while, and I won't be. I mean, I bought the South Park game. I started to do the intro, and then I just stopped playing it.
Mm-hmm.
So I was like, I might as well just bought this shit later because I'm not gonna play it. Not now, because to me, like any time I spend that's gonna be like video game time, I'd rather just work on the game.
Mm-hmm.
And the reason why, and there's like that's an irreversible process. Just making sure we're still good. Irreversible process for me right now because I realized Starfield was like the mass realization because I was waiting for that game for like so long, and I played it and it was fun. Like I don't even think I didn't even beat it, but that's the point, right? It's a game I waited for so long. It's a good game, it's fun, but I had the realization over the past like 4 or 5 years I've been playing games. Every time I'm playing video games, I'm thinking about what I would do if I was making it.
Yeah.
So I can't enjoy them the same way I could enjoy them before. Like before I was like just playing them, having fun. Like Skyrim, if I could go back and play Skyrim for the first time, that would be the best video game experience ever. Like to play that game for the first time and not have experienced all the quest lines and what the item you get from this one and what this one unlocks and this. Because the first time I played it, I did like all this different stuff, and there's so much stuff to do. There's no way. Like I think one person 100% of it took like thousands of hours to do every single thing in the game, but because it's such a big game. And they're making the new Elder Scrolls, so I'm sure I'll play it when it comes out, but I'm sure I'll have the same thing, which is that like, because I'm in like I want to do it myself, and it's the same thing with the cards. That's why I made the card game, because I was like, I want to make my own thing, it's not as fun to me anymore to play other people's shit. Even music, like most of the music I listen to is the shit that it's unreleased shit that I haven't put out. And as soon as I put it out, I don't even listen to it anymore. Really. Like, I'll go back every once in a while, but not really. Like, I listen to the stuff that I haven't put out yet. That's what's exciting for me. And then once it's done, it's done. It's not for me anymore. But right now, it's mine. Mm-hmm. And then it's not mine, but it's like, the game is that. It's like that thing where it's the unreleased thing. It's this thing I'm working on. I get to be a creator and enjoyer of it, not just an enjoyer. And so for me, it's like even my little game area, like that shit could get broken down, and I wouldn't bat an eye.
That should be up there. It should stay there though.
Well, yeah, it will, because I have like the Switch there, and then I think that's it because my Xbox is gone. But that one can stay. But the other one should get broken down, and this is why, like, if we did and we broke down that closet and we tucked that in there, but we still have to find room for where the old Pokemon games are gonna go and like the Yu-Gi-Oh cards and shit. But it's definitely not organized how it should be right now. It's like, it was more organized when it was the game closet, but it's like it's the ebb and flow. I think we just have to readjust the vision of where the house is and what it looks, what it's looked like, or what has been working, what hasn't. Because sometimes when something is working but other shit isn't working, it's the thing that's working that's stopping the other shit from working. Just because this thing's moving but everything else is blocked. It's like sometimes you have to stop that, then readjust all the things and allow that thing to work. You know what I mean? It's like stacking, like if you had to stack blocks up.
Yeah.
And you use big pieces to get to 10. Like, yeah, this one's at 10, but the rest of them aren't there. If you rearrange the order, you might be able to get that balance. So I just think on every level, everything. And I'm down to do that. I'm down to put, I don't even get that. Like, today was the first day where I was like, and yesterday a little bit less, where I was just like, or a little bit more, no, less, where I was like, I didn't really like, do anything in the house today. But when I'm off, the whole time, just like, if I'm not working on my game, then I'm trying to do some shit around the house.
Yeah.
And I keep Amber as much as possible. I keep her doing shit too around the house constantly, because I want her to have that, that thing of like, you want your space to be good, and you don't take your foot off the neck. You keep your foot on the neck, and you continue to do that until it's 100%.
And basically, I'm just looking at from my observation, like literally, like, because we spent hours doing this, and that, and then you just watch it. Like, in my mind, I'm almost like, what's the point?
Yeah,
what's the point of even cleaning the kitchen?
That's why the kitchen is a hard one, because the kitchen, it will constantly get dirty.
It will get dirty, but there's a level to it. There's a level between dirty, and because we had cleaned it, we had people over or whatever, versus like literally like mess built on mess built on mess built on mess. Where now like this crumb is like the 5th crumb layer of crumb. You know what I'm saying? But if it's all organized or whatever, and it does look messy, it's more inclined to like, maybe just wipe this countertop, maybe just do this real quick, because it's not that much work. Even if we made a big meal, it's like once everything goes in the dishwasher, and once the dishwasher gets free, now everything can go back to where it's supposed to be, and blah 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 blah. You know what I mean? But then once it piles up, but because even if you do the dishes and you open up that bottom right thing, and it's just a stack of pans of like trays and pizza tray, and it's like doesn't actually fit there. Yeah. It's like just looking at that subconsciously, like it's just a mess. It's just like there's no way that it's even gonna be like, there's no way that even if you cleaned it, like you spent 5 hours, you're not getting to that point, because it's not. We never got to that point where it's like this is where Amber's room is. Yeah. Where it's like, this is how your room should look when we say you need to clean your room. You know what I mean? This is this is the spotless that we're talking about.
I feel you. And
then once you get there, then it's like, now, even like you said, even just to the point where if the house is at a baseline, then it's like we know if it's actually messy or not. You know what I'm saying? Because we know where it should be at. Yeah. And I'm just like, and I can see in the next couple of weeks we're gonna be collectively forced to get there anyway. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? So I'm like, let's just do it now. Especially because this week was probably the laziest week I've had in a long ass time. Like literally, all I did was watch soccer and play video games and smoke weed. That's it. Yeah. And I was like, all right. So now I'm like, all right, I don't want to do that again next week. But I know that if we don't do the other shit, I'm gonna walk in the studio, be like, oh, I should make music, but I should clean this. But then I'm like, there's a soccer game on. Let's just smoke and just watch the soccer game. Like, that's like, I'm cool to do that. Yeah. You know. So I'm just trying to I'm trying to just get to the point where there's nothing else to do besides what you want, and then it's obvious what you want to do, so you just do it.
Yeah, I'm definitely down.
But I definitely realize it takes the collective, because like you said, you've been doing it. You've been doing cleaning here, doing this, and we're do the dishes. All right, we're gonna do this. Let's take out the trash. Let's do this. Let's do that.
And as part of it, one of the realizations of like having the responsibility of a newborn is that it's so much harder when I'm by myself. Like when Keita's not there, it's significantly harder, like 3 times as hard, because you don't have anyone to be like, hey, can you do this part right here? I mean, that's how I'll tell the story of I'll save that story. I was gonna tell the story of the double kill. Yeah, I'll save that one. But it's infinitely harder. But I realize that it's like you have to make sacrifices where you make the sacrifices, and then work around everything else. So in my mind, I'm like, the most free time I'll have is gonna be Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday before 11. So if we're 100% dedicated, and I read this thing the other day where it was talking about like getting in shape, and it was like, oh, if you put the work in for 6 months, you sacrifice 6 months of your life, and you change the way everything that you do, change the way you eat, that'll affect the rest of your life essentially. Mm-hmm. And it is on a small way. It's very true, because because I was working out like every day, like to an extent, like I was doing push-ups and sit-ups and squats. Those are the 3 things. That's pretty much all I did. Did that for like 3 years straight. I still I'm not really working out, and I got a lot of dad weight that I gained from the baby, but the density of my muscles from that time, I haven't lost that, even though I'm not working out. Right? So it's like my inner strength from keeping myself active makes it's like I feel like that was a change in my life where I'm like, I don't want to be 30. Like, I feel like how you start your 30s is how you're gonna.
Well, that's why I said on my birthday, I was like, when I turn 30, I want to say I'm like in the best shape I've ever been in. Like, I'm the healthiest I've ever been in. Yeah. And that's where I want to. So I'm like,
internal and external.
Yeah, it doesn't start today. Like, it starts today. It doesn't happen tomorrow. Yeah. It's like literally as the days go on.
But
slowly I've been building. Even from the beginning when we moved in, I was like, I've been building this nest for a long time, trying to build it as a place of growth and creativity. Even as then putting in the money, buying the pull-up bar, only used it 4 times, but I know the longevity of what that actually is gonna do or whatever.
Yeah.
And then buying the pads, like I spent how much money on those foam fucking pads, not using too much, but the idea is like now we see this idea that's happening down the road. Bought the fucking computer, you used it more than I have. I bought the iPad, you used it more than I have. But I'm like, these are things we need, so let me buy them. Now there's less and less things that we need. It's just about utilizing them. But then when I go to utilizing them, there's a block. There's a this, and that. So now I'm just trying to get those blocks out the way.
You need the right HM.
That way, we're growing. Whether it's raining or sun, we're growing, and that's just where I want to be at.
I agree.
So that's just where I'm ready to. And then this next week, I guess Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, to literally, I guess only Tuesday, Wednesday because I work Thursday. Actually, maybe no. I don't know if I got taken off. That's 4th of July. I have to look at the schedule.
I got asked to work, but there's no way I can do it because no one's gonna take the kids.
Facts. But so Tuesday, Wednesday.
So honestly, I kind of want to. This has inspired me. I kind of want to. What time? It's already 2.
Yeah, I'm at the edit
maybe
this too and post it.
I think I'm gonna wake up at 8, but I want to start waking up at like 6 a.m. every day.
You got it.
Yeah. Because what I realized like what will happen is like because this is what I've been on like the past I think 2 days or maybe even a little bit before that, where like most of the time when Nahi passes out I'm like, oh, time for me to actually go do shit. But I've been like so tired that like when he'll pass out I'll just like try to sleep at the same time as him. That way it's like, and like the other day like I fell asleep and I woke up, he woke me up. Then one time I fell asleep before Keita got there, but then I was like, I get my rest where I can get my rest, and then that way I can do what I need to do. So, but if I wake up at 6 every day, it's like inevitably I'll get to things that I don't have time for usually. Like if I wake up earlier, there's a higher chance I work out. Because if I'm waking up early in the morning, I'll have a moment in time where I'm like, oh, I need to like exercise my body. But if I wake up later, I never hit that point because it's like I never get to the point where I've cleared these things and now it's time to do this. Because I always look to fix the external before I fix the internal. It's just natural. Mm-hmm. It's easier to like fix what's around you than it is to fix what's inside you. So it's like if you never get time to fix that, then you never get time to do that.
I think that's also part of this whole thing. I agree with that 100%.
So, and I feel that with the music in a way, because like the other day, like because I'll go in there and I'll make some stuff and I'll put some beats together, and on a good day I'd make a slapper out of this one. But then on a day where it's like I might make this dope beat and just have nothing to say, and I realized that today I was in the studio, I was recording something, I was just like, right now I have nothing to say. Yeah. Even though I have that desire, the internal, because I'm like, I can work on the video game or I can go make music, and I'm like, I go back and forth, and I'm like, okay, I'll make music this time, I'll do this, and then sometimes I just don't get it, and it's like I feel like because just like that, there's all these other things that are more overbearing and coming from in the space of like, one, I'm sitting on like 5 great songs and then a couple more that need work, and then whatever I cut from the last album if I end up ever using those. So I'm sitting on this, and I don't really have any desire to put out music because I don't think it's gonna make a difference right now. Yeah. So it's like I don't really care.
I think at the end of the day, it's just about being prepared when we do put out. When it's like when we start doing the rollouts, like what are we doing around the rollout too? Yeah. You know what I mean? So and my perspective is like, I'm glad you said that, because I was like, because at one point you're like, I want to put the music out here. I'm like, okay, well, and that means I have to get to the point where I'm ready to make the music, or at least do the due diligence of seeing if there's what I can do on this, if I should be on it or not. You know what I mean? But then when I go to the studio, I'm like, I just feel I'm like, I don't actually want to do this because I'm thinking about this.
Well, maybe the mentality has to be where we don't settle for less than perfect. Meaning we're not going to go in the studio and make any songs until the studio is perfect.
That's exactly where I'm at.
Yeah.
And I was going to do it yesterday. But then what happened yesterday? I don't even know. Just the time unwound, and I was doing this and I was doing that, and then then I was gonna do it here. The thing about, I agree, the podcast, we should do it. Well, my mind, we're already a week behind. There's no pushing. There's a reason why I'm gonna edit this at 2 a.m. on Friday and put it out Friday morning.
Which I'll say is why I would like to have that clear, because I'm the one who set that up, and it was set up for what it was. But even like the kids going in and taking the Nerf guns, and then like I saw them playing with the Nerf guns, and I'm like, I don't really want you even really playing with them like that because I'm like, okay, well, if you put them away, they're there for their toys. So it's like, fuck it. If the kids play with them, they're there for that.
They're entertaining themselves.
But it's like, then I'm like, oh, I want it put back the way I found it, the way I created it or whatever.
So that's my point. So it is, maybe it's fine to have the Nerf guns out there. It's just about how do we set it up where it's easy for the kids to put it back.
And also set it up for like, hey guys, if we're all playing together, we can use all the guns. If you guys are playing, these are the ones you guys can use. Because like,
it's actually funny though. Carter, like, for the first time was able to pull it.
Oh, he was.
He pulled it. He's like, and he was like super excited because like he knew for the longest time that's how you do it, but he just physically couldn't pull the thing.
So he got it.
So yeah, he was able to do it.
Yeah. Because they were like, I'm not gonna say, but they were running around with one of like the limited edition ones, and I was like, fuck, that's not one I really wanted. But I was like, whatever, you guys are playing. I'm not gonna say, hey, don't use that one, because it's too late at that point. You can't. Once they have, you can't take.
That's how I felt when they had like the space helmets on too. So I was like, I actually want to use those, and I was thinking for the movie, I was like, oh, but then when they were running around and like Carter walked past me and I saw my reflection, and I was like thinking of ideas for the movie, and I was like, okay, I'm glad they took it out because I was able to find this idea and find this thought. So I want to use that. I want to use the alien mask.
Yeah, I'm not gonna let them take the helmets out because I told them if you take it out, you just gotta put it back.
Yeah, and they weren't putting.
And they didn't put it back, so it's like now you can't do it.
Yeah, that's where it is. You just gotta teach them.
Yeah,
whatever. So I agree. I think at the end of the day, it's just a reorganization.
Yeah, shit needs to get
rearrangement, and then getting to a base layer of what we view the house as, and then we can start nitpicking the things like this.
Harsh cuts, but then I think we should just list this couch then.
We can, but also I don't want like.
I mean, I would be down to buy the sectional, paid off later.
I mean, if you want, I mean,
whatever we want to get.
For me, I've just been sitting here comfortable for the past like week, so I don't want to lose my comfortable spot.
This one thing that bothers me, and
I agree.
The thing I really don't like about this couch.
If we had two different we could even angle them for when we're doing the pot. Like we can, I'm down for a more mobile thing, but based off this, I know for the next 3 months it's gonna be hot as shit outside. 2 months. And I know that your guys' room gets cold, so you guys turn off the AC, and I wake up sweating.
I mean, I'm down.
So I'm trying to at least be able to come down and feel comfortable in the coolness if I choose to.
Well, it'd be a transition. Like if we sold this, we'd be buying the next couch that day.
Okay. Well, I'm down. I mean, I'm not.
It's really because to me it's just like it cuts the whole room in half. Like the couch is too long, but that's fine. But this right here is the shit. Like I don't understand why they made this couch and. They have this piece where that part moves, but if you take that part out, there's no cushion.
Yeah,
it doesn't fucking make any sense.
They should have just done a small. It should have been a small one.
Unless because we got this couch from someone.
Wait. Oh yeah, because it's a fucking L. I was gonna say, because that where you are, that's where that should be. You know what I'm saying? Like,
unless whoever
without that little fucking edge thing, like technically that should be on that, or because it fit on this. Oh, there's just 2 L's. That's why. That's dumb as hell. Because if that was just a long pillow, technically there shouldn't be 2. Like it should be just one long one, and then you could have 2 separate ones there.
Maybe the original couch came with an extra pillow.
Maybe.
And it was interchangeable.
I don't know. But yeah,
to me, that's what bothers me about this couch.
I'm down to flip it and get something whatever that's more beneficial to us. That's what I said to begin with before we even put this couch in here.
But we had to move it.
But at the time, we had to do that.
Yeah. And the other side of it is like even one of the biggest problems when we had this big turmoil over it was the space in there to be able to play sports. And what ended up happening is we got these. They're not even the most comfortable in the world. It's good for the kids. Like those little it was like a $500 set, but it's like you got the 3-piece, the 2-piece, and the 1-piece. Yeah. But it's like those are also so small now that they can easily get moved. So that's actually good for over there.
It's actually, now. No, it is.
But this is like,
especially especially for the kid, like the kids, like doesn't even be the most comfortable thing ever. Like if we're like you said, the more adult in this room, then you want to be comfortable.
Also, I'd have to look.
But it does take up a shit ton of space. Like I agree.
I'd have to look at what the shed looks like empty, but it is possible that we don't sell this and we throw like that piece and we just sell this one. Because that one over there could be like where people sit while their like friend is getting tattooed or whatever.
Yeah, I still think that I don't think it's big enough. Cause just like this, like think about this, like this is a room, like it's smaller than this room, and this is already taking up like half the room. gonna take up like half the space. And plus this together, we should sell like this should be a tandem. Someone will probably
maybe that bench can just get turned into like where people can sit up on. Like we put like a foam on it, like a padding, like a cushion. Get a big cover for it, and people can sit up on there for leverage.
Yeah, we have to take it all. We have to take it out to see whatever. But yeah, but it's steps though. So you know,
I know I'll try to. Well, since Key doesn't work tomorrow and I do, I actually can cruise through the morning and do whatever. So I'm gonna set an alarm in the morning, and I'm gonna try to wake up. Probably won't do 6 because it's 2, and I don't want to chew myself.
There's no way I'm gonna get on the 6 a.m. because when I go to work, like I work till
you work longer than
I work
do.
till 11. I get home past 11.
Yeah.
That means I have to go to bed right when I get home from work in order to get 6 hours of sleep. So it's like there's no way that's happening because I decompress. So 2, and like I said, I live on West Coast time, so that's actually 3 a.m. for me.
Yeah.
So well, 9 a.m.
Yeah, it's just
9 a.m. is more
than 6
work
for me. It might not work for you, but I know that'll work for me because those are the days I'm the most productive.
Yeah, I mean, it makes sense. I mean, if you have to wake up early anyway, that's how I felt. I mean, you had to get up to get the kid to school. Yeah. Like I'm not getting the kid to school, so what the fuck am I gonna do at 7 a.m.?
The days where I didn't go back to bed were the days that I was the most productive.
Yeah, but you have to make sure that you have enough. You can't
rest,
live off 3 hours.
But that's
of sleep.
what I would choose. I'd like, did I get enough sleep?
Yeah, you'd have to.
Or do I not?
And then for me, it's like I actually love being up at 12 because no one's out. I can go sit on the porch in complete peace. Yeah. Because there's no one around, no one's coming around. I know it. You know, no one's gonna bother me. No one's gonna be bothered. You know.
Well, the thing is for me because I would actually like, and we'll see. I'd have to see what happens, but because I would go to bed late as is already. But because I normally go to bed like 4 or 5.
Yeah, that's crazy.
I could go to bed at 2, just push that back, and then wake up earlier.
Yeah.
And the reason why is because like because the baby will constantly, I'll get woken up.
Yeah.
I haven't had a night where I sleep all the way through.
Yeah.
Since the baby was born, so I'm used to like the patchwork where I'll lay
For sure.
down,
You have to be.
just resting, like where you don't go into sleep, but you rest. You rest. Yeah. You know what I mean? Yeah. So it's like you're not.
The thing for me is what I've been doing recently is like on my like, what happened for me is like when I get to like 6 to 8 hours, I'll wake up, and then at that moment I can consciously decide if I want to get up or not. And if I don't, I'm gonna go back down for like 2 more hours. So then time just goes by and by and by because it's just like it's easier to sleep when you've been sleeping like longer.
Definitely.
But recently I've been like when I wake up like all right now I'm up now, so now just get up.
Yeah, my mind for me now it's like it is that crunch time where it's like we have a lot. Once after the wedding, that's where it's gonna be like
coasting. But we want to be in a place where we're actually
get the work done ahead of time.
We're actually coasting, we're still building the ship. Like I'm trying to have the ship floating across the sea.
Yeah.
And then we can worry about everything else. Then we can I can spend my time doing other things and thinking about other things.
That's why it's like even buying new stuff doesn't even like for Amber's room, like because of when we threw away so much stuff, we threw away a lot of shit that was like some of it was kind of new, but I knew in that moment I was like she doesn't have anywhere to put this stuff, and if she's willing to throw it away, she doesn't really even want it in the first place. So I've been doing this thing because I used to just like it's so easy when a kid asks you for something you want to give it to him because you want to make the kid happy, right? So we go to a store, she asks for something, I get it to her. And then it starts all piling up, and then it's just a bunch of trash at the end of it. So I'm like, I tell her to make me a list.
Yeah.
Like, you write me a list. I'll look at what you wrote, and if I'll make you write me another list tomorrow. And whatever stays on the list, then I'll be like, okay, you actually want this because you keep putting it on the list.
Yeah.
But anything that falls off that list, it's like, I know you didn't really want it.
Yeah.
Like, we went in there, and she wanted one of the necklaces from the suit shop. And I was like, okay, we'll talk about it because I know it's cool now, but you're going to be like that onto the next. Yeah. So it's like, it's not worth getting every single thing.
Yeah. I do want to go and order one of those.
Yeah, they had a bunch of other options too.
Like colors?
No, like just different styles and different
facts,
stuff.
Facts.
So I was like, because he showed me some other stuff, and I was like, It was cool, but I was like, I don't really want to make any purchases right now that are unnecessary.
Yeah. I don't know. I like the vibe of it. I just want.
The only thing is because that one it's not real gold, so it's like that. I think I showered with it or something, or I sweat with it and it left a little mark right there. So I feel like I have to like, I don't know how you get that off because this is real gold, this one. So this one doesn't do anything, but the other one,
sure.
so he was showing me something. I was like, oh, is that going to like stain my skin? He's like, no, it's just stainless steel. True. But there's the other one that one, it like stained my skin a little bit. So I was like, now I'm only going to wear it on top of clothes. if I'm doing something.
Well, I'll go in there. I'll see whatever. But I definitely want some more low key because I'm not trying to just walk around fucking iced out all the time.
I just got that for the video.
Yeah. And I'm gonna get the watch too, bro.
Yeah.
Dude, for sure, bro. I'm gonna get the watch.
It's gonna be funny.
Yeah, dude. It's gonna be lit. So
it'd be cool actually if we
And that's also the thing. I haven't been able to figure out how I want the beginning of the fucking movie or not the beginning. How do I want the beginning section of the album and the video to be?
And
I realized because I haven't just even when Carter walked by with the helmet and I had ideas okay, I'm getting there, but all this other shit is in the way. There's too many weeds.
Yeah.
Just like the lawn. I was like, oh, I can take. I was debating if I don't do the lawn now, when is it gonna get done? Blah blah blah. And we just got back from the pool and I was like, oh, I'm at the shower anyway. Let me just fucking go ahead and do it. And now I've done it. And yeah, the backyard's still whatever, but the front, the place that needs to be done is done. And the piece I had the next day, even looking, I was like, all right, it looks good. We don't have to do anything else.
Yeah, we do have to weed whack though.
Yeah. You know what I'm saying? But I was like, but what I felt after that, I was like, okay, this is what I need. I need to start doing these, need to get these things done so I have this feeling of just being actually relaxed. Because subconsciously, it all seeps in.
You know, the biggest thing I think, it's hard to be in the middle between work and play mode. I feel like it's because I feel like most of the time I'm in work and play mode.
Yeah.
So because of that, it's hard. Once you mentally dedicate, you're in work mode, it's very easy to work.
Yeah, you're just working.
You're just working. But when you're half and half, or I want to do that, it's
same thing when you're at work and it's busy and slow. When it's slow, you're almost dragging along or whatever. When it's busy, it's no problem. Boom, boom, boom. Next thing you know, it's 8 or whatever, and you're all right, time to clean up. We're there. You know. So
I'm down to shift it. I'm still gonna work on the game though. That's gonna be my one thing that I continue on. But everything else, I'm down to just be on 100% like it needs to be.
Because I realize that except for this,
maybe it's still work and play mode.
Except for this, because it has to come out, and we're already behind, and we haven't caught up, so I'm not gonna let it go farther. Everything else that I want to do, I know I'm not gonna do to my fullest, my best ability because of whatever. So me personally, there's nothing else for me to do besides get the house ordered.
Well, I'm gonna wake up in the morning. I'm gonna start on the kitchen, and I'm gonna pull out everything that's not an entire necessity. All the shit that can go in the trash is gonna go in the trash, and I'm gonna try to reorganize to the best of my ability.
Everyone is big.
I just know that the most time I'm gonna have is in the morning.
But even with Keith, talking about going, I was dead ass, I'm down to throw away almost everything we have and just restart. Especially when I saw they're only 50 cents. I was like, bro, these things are only 50 cents, bro. Let's just fucking redo this.
Yeah, I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna put everything that I know I can throw away. I'm gonna throw away anything that I don't know. I'm gonna leave.
Because there's a couple nice beer glasses. I like those, the one with the ounces on it. I like the Terrapin guy, whatever. There's a couple of those. We got a couple of the Coke glasses that all match, so those can all stay, and because they can be actually organized. But even so, when Amber's doing the dishes, I open up the drink thing. It's just all clobbered. Yeah. So it needs to be uniform. She's okay, this one goes here, this one goes here, this one goes here.
Yeah, which it'd be easier with new dishes.
Exactly, everything all new. Everything this goes here, this goes here. Where can these pans actually fit in this fucking kitchen? Let's find a place for them.
I think we should use that little tray under the oven.
We can. I'm down.
Pans in there.
Yeah.
Or put the flat, the oven pans in there.
Yeah, that's what we used to do.
I wish we had one of those. I've always wanted one of those. When I get another house later, I'm gonna have one of those. Did you see the set I bought? Did I show you? I didn't show you, but I bought what I used to cook with at Jenna's.
Nice.
And it's it has a scraper and all that, so I can actually scrape on my grill.
Yeah. But that's my point. I know that. When you cook, when everyone cooks and no one wants to just clean right away or whatever. But if we were at a spot where it's so obvious that it's dirty, we have to then it would be more of ingrain it into our just system. Whether it's you do this, how about you do this?
I just think and it's also mentality. I think it's if someone else is cooking, because this happens to me a lot where I'm cooking, either you or Kita essentially should be cleaning behind me.
Yeah.
And then that.
But at the same time, it's I'm not gonna be the fucking. Just clean up after everybody, you know what I mean? Just in my mind, it's I'd rather just go get some food and throw it away. And I leave no dishes. I leave no mess.
Yeah,
you know what I mean. But in the end,
also then sometimes you leave it out. In the studio, you'll have trash
I understand. what I'm saying is that like, but then I go clean it up. I move, boom, boom. I'm not but in the thing is like, even if I did the dishwasher and it's on dirty or whatever, and I walk back and there's still a bowl, there's still dishes in the sink. Like, it takes all of us to whatever. If we sweep the floor and I come out the next day and there's fucking cereal or this, or even like even the panini thing, there's been multiple times where it's just like covered in whatever. Like, someone just cover the shit in flour and whatever the fuck.
Well, and I know the panini thing shouldn't stay out though. Because it's too fucking big.
Exactly. It can easily go away, but the kitchen's already in a spot where it's like, honestly, the kitchen's so dirty that it just fits. Anything fits in there. Like, dude, there was 2 Band-Aids sitting on the fucking counter earlier.
I don't know whose those were though.
I don't know who they were either, but I at least saw them. I was like, that is disgusting.
Was it? I asked Amber if it was her. She said no.
I don't know, but the other day, Carter, everyone was playing Band-Aids. I don't know whose it was. But still,
I don't know.
They got left out.
Amber was the one who threw them away, though.
But the fact that they're there,
the
like, audacity that was like okay, I was like, bro, this is the problem. So I'm down to have it be on board where it's like you this or whatever. But at the same time, it's like I'm not gonna pick up a shift that I know is like it's not really really fair. We're not balanced. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So, but I do agree. Like, if you're cooking, like, you shouldn't have to cook, clean, feed everybody, it's not one person's job, but as a collective, we all have to get to that point or whatever. And I think that the way I look at it is that if we did have the organized kitchen or the baseline, everything, it would be easier to keep it clean or to at least know individually how do we get back there. So if like you do feel like taking it upon yourself that particular day, you know where you're going, where you, like you said, you get to a point, you get blocked. But it's like there is no block because this is the end. This is where it is. So we need to get there.
It's one of those things that I feel like to a degree you have to like. Everyone's gonna have the different decisions and do stuff differently, and sometimes you have to make the decision and pull the trigger on something regardless of how other people feel about it and whatever. Because like for the rug in our room, right? We had that one rug, and for so long, or before we even had the rug, I was like, we need a rug because like the room felt so empty without a rug under the bed. I was like, we need a rug. And me and Keita kept looking at like rugs, and she couldn't make a decision. She didn't like any of them. And eventually, I was like, "Fucking!" I just bought a rug and put it under the bed. When she got home, it was there. And then she's like, "Oh, this is nice." And it's like, so sometimes you have to just do it. And then when that rug got all ratty, I was like, "Oh, we need a new one." She's not gonna take any steps because it doesn't bother her the way it bothers me. But so whatever those things are that bother you, essentially, you just have to make the decision. And at the end of the day, it's like, as long as you don't throw away someone's something, then it's fine. Anything that's everybody's can get tossed. Yeah. Because you should have kept better care of it. Period. But if it's a specific special thing, you can't go throwing people.
But everyone has to be on board. Like, basically, for instance, like, you don't want to spend whatever time in the studio. You don't want to spend all this time like we do studio or even this closet. You spend all this time organizing the closet and you come back and it's fucking trashed. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Now, if we all spent the time doing the closet and we all got there, then we wouldn't all just trash it because we know what it took to get there.
Yes, and the fact of it has to be set up for success. Right now, it's not because
set up for success. I agree.
No, yeah.
But if it's set up for success, just like Amber's room is set up for success now, she knows. You know that she knows what it's supposed to look like.
And she even folded.
And she spent all day with you doing it, right? Yeah. So she knows how long it takes when you let it get to this. How long it takes to get back to here. Yeah. Versus like, but if you can let it go a little bit. Yeah. It doesn't have to be perfect. We're all, you know what I'm saying? I might leave my cup out for a day or whatever. So it doesn't have to be perfect. But if we know, like, now instead of letting it go 2 days, 3 days, 4 days. But it depends on what it is. 5 days.
It also is because, like, every time I walk by a room now, I look. I don't walk in there. I just look to see if I can see something. If I see something, I'd say, go pick this up. Because it's like, if you allow even one piece of clothing to stay on the floor where you let it slide, then it's going to be 2, then it's going to be 3. So everything has to be like that. Yeah. And like the other day she did something. Oh, because she broke the mirror and she didn't tell anyone. Oh,
she did break the mirror?
Yeah.
In there or out there?
She broke it out here.
Because, dude, someone knocked it over from the fucking...
Yeah, I think it was Amber too.
And she said she didn't.
I don't know. I didn't ask her about that.
I thought it was low-key. I thought it was Keita when she got home from work and just didn't do anything.
Maybe.
I wasn't going to
say. That might have been Keita. I just saw it did you throw it in the trash?
Yeah, because I literally walk outside and it's flat on the floor.
The wind could have knocked that over. It's a light mirror.
Yeah, but I don't.
Well, she broke in here.
I was out there. I was outside all day. Pretty much. I was outside for a lot of the day yesterday or whatever. I don't know. It was like sitting up, and then Keita got home, So my suspicion is that Kia knocked it over. I don't know for sure. I'm not blaming her. I don't know. Maybe it was the wind. Maybe it was the wind.
It might have been Kia because she did say something about the glass. But anyway, that's not the point.
So basically, it fell right, and it smacked, and it was there, and I tried to pick it up, and the frame's broken now. The glass is bending. I'm like, what the hell? So I literally I was like, let me just get it over here. And I just fit it in as best as I could. Yeah. In the dark, I was like,
when I went to wheel it down, it's like the fucking thing's like halfway out there. I'm like, what?
Dude,
it
was worse, bro. It was like hanging up there, but it was like I have no way to crush it together.
So two things. One, yeah, when she broke it in there because you had said it. You took a broken thing and you put it in the by the front door, and I asked her about it. And this was right after we had the conversation of when she threw the ball away because I got stuck in that little trap. Instead of telling somebody, and I told her like when something happens, just tell somebody. You're not gonna get in trouble. Yeah. As long as you tell me. And then we just had the conversation and she broke the mirror and she didn't tell me. So I was like, okay, now you're in trouble. So I at first I sent her to her room and then I was like, most of the time we send her to her room, she just passes out. And then I walked in and was like, nah, this ain't going to be one of those ones where you just pass out and then you wake up and it's all good.
You sleep your sentence away.
Yeah, you're not doing that. So I was like, you're going to, and we had all the clothes and it was supposed to be Keita and her going in there and organize it because I clean the room. Keita does the clothes. But I was like, nah, you're going to fold all these clothes nicely. And you're going to put them all away. And I told her everything's going to go. You can hang up stuff here. If you run out of hangers, I'll give you more. And if I come in here and it's not folded, I'm going to take it and throw it on the ground. You're going to do it again. So then, and she did it perfectly. At all the times before, she's like, I don't know how to do it. And I showed her, I folded one shirt and one pants, or just a shirt actually. I was like, this is how you do it. And then she had some stuff that was like big coats like in the thing. And I was like, just hang that up. You're taking up too much space. But she did it all herself. And she put it all away herself. And it took her like a couple hours, but she did it. So it's like, I know that she has the capability. She got it there. So I walked by and you have to set him up for success in that regard. So it's like, I see something on the ground, I have to say pick it up because if I don't, it's going to slip through. Well, even same thing with the mirror. The mirror getting left in the front or getting put outside, we didn't set that situation up for success. Yeah. So it's not exactly 100% anyone else's fault for knocking it over because we put it there.
But I didn't put it outside.
But we left it there. We all walked out together. You put it by the front door. We left. I took it. We put it outside on the way out. We were going to Kroger or something, and we left it there.
I didn't even know it got put outside.
But I think that the trash wasn't filled. Anyway, it doesn't matter. But it wasn't set up for success.
I put it there, and then
it was because we all walked. Remember, we all looked in the mirror, and Amber was like, "Ooh, my leg's broken." You remember?
Yeah, I remember that, but I didn't put it outside.
I know, but we all left
I put it at the front door to put it in the trash. That was the next step.
So point being is, though, even us putting outside on the way back, anyone could have grabbed it.
It definitely could have.
So what I'm saying is we didn't set the situation up for success.
No, I agree. Even, I guess even in her room, you moved the shelf from being flat so you can put stuff on it to tall. Now you can't.
Exactly.
So, but I agree, 100%.
And that is with this closet. This closet is not set up for success for the kids.
And that's my point with everything. Even everything in the kitchen, everything just needs to get to that point where it's set up, where it's like, okay, like, oh, it's messy. I feel like it should be clean. Let me clean it. And whoever is that they know what they're getting to. Like, where are we going with this? You know what I mean? Yeah. What is actually the base layer where it's like, this is what we want, this is what we're going for. That way when we have an event and we have this, like, everyone can tackle a different room because we all know what we're doing. Like, we all know where it's going. It's like, all right, you do that, I'll do this. Okay, I'm going to do this. Perfect. Boom. And then we don't have to even check on each other because we know where it's going to, because we all till it. And now maybe we'll just be us Tuesday, Wednesday, and just us two. And I guess Amber. But as a collective, we all need to get to, like, see where it is or see how much energy it took so that we don't just put the dish in the sink.
Yeah, it's just accountability. That's really it.
Versus putting in the dishwasher. You know what I mean?
And the small thing. And yet the most leniency is to the kids because they're just kids.
Sure. 100%.
But the lessons always have to be. But then
we have to also
there.
be the example too. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? We have to do both. Where it's like, they're going to make a mess. They're going to have fun. They're going to spaz out here and there. Blah, blah, blah. It's not that big a deal. You know what I mean? Just like Carter pulled out the bowling pins. No problem. He even just threw them back in the closet. No problem.
Yeah. Remember he walked up to the closet. He was like, I can't.
Yeah, he didn't want to put them.
And we were like, yo, just look and throw them in there. And he's like, oh, okay. He didn't want to put them in the actual thing.
Yeah. Oh, true. I didn't peep that.
Yeah. He didn't want to, because it's like the grid, because it's kind of hard.
It is.
And he didn't want to do that. I was like,
he was just like, because he put one in and you like turned to it. I was like, bro, you already threw it in there. I'm not going to grab it from you and throw it in there. You throw it in there.
I think he thought we were going to make him put it in that thing.
I see. That makes more sense. But that's another thing
of setting up for success. We really should just get a bin. One of those, and we have some out there, like just the plastic bin. And I used one for the tie-dye, right? I have to go dump that out, which I probably need help doing because it's fucking full of water. And I don't want to dump it on the thing and stain it before the wedding. But just get a bin where we put, because we have like a little bucket with some shit in, and it's all random. Just one of those big tubs, not tall, long waist, because it has, and just put all the balls in there. So in the closet, it's all in there. It's not all scattered on the ground.
Well, the balls, it technically is, but it's a cardboard box in the top. All the balls in there.
Now we need a bin.
You know.
Yeah.
But that's why it's like I agree. But the only thing is the space with the basketball hoop and the whatever, and where we put the vacuum. Right now it's just hanging out wherever it's been hanging out.
Well, actually, all that stuff should get moved to. It's out front right now because I sucked up a cockroach.
Yeah. But then we got to figure out where we're gonna put that. Like
that actually, all that stuff actually should go in the garage. Really.
True.
Technically, the house converts to the sports den, but we should get it from the garage. Like pool stuff, workout, whatever shit in there, because there's a ton of shit in there that we don't even need in the shed. That can just go in the trash. And then some shit, like, just have the lawnmower, because I don't want to fucking walk back there. Because that's one of the things. If the lawnmower, when we open the garage, is right there, it's easy to grab it and just
I had it in there. I probably moved it with the sports shit. Yeah. Not the sports shit, when I put the gym
But that
down.
Was a different time. I'm talking about now.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
That's the thing. So
it has to be set up for success, because to crawl back to the back of the house in the shed to like dig through and the fucking spiders in there and shit. It's like, but if it's
there was a spider on it. There was a spider like on the fucking, or like connected to the gas tank and the fucking lawnmower. So I fuck up his web. I pulling the gas tank out and he's spazzing out because now his web's all fucked up. And I pulled the lawnmower out, and now he's on the lawnmower. So I ripped that shit on, and I just see him, like, buzzing out, like, vibrating heavy, like, freaking out. He's, like, on this fucking thing, and I see him, like, crawl, and then, like, go away to the back and, like, leap onto the grass. And I was like, I stopped, just let him get off. But I was like, I started, so I was like, get off. You know? But I moved him from the shed all the way to the front, so he went so far from where he was actually at. But I was like, you need to get out of this shit anyway, my guy. So
yeah,
but yeah, no, I think that was definitely the lesson of the podcast is, or I would say the topic takeaway would be set yourself up for success and others around you.
Yeah, just some stuff is just I do see the ebb and flow, because if I trace it all the way back and I follow my line of thinking, like, okay, I want to clean the kitchen. I imagine myself cleaning the whole kitchen, getting down to the bar shit. Where am I really going to put this? Oh, the bar cart, but where am I going to put that? Oh, the closet, but where am I going to put that? Over there, but I need to move that. And then I'm like, attic. But not all of it has to go in the attic. Some of it can get rearranged. We could even have a DVD shelf like we had when we were kids. That shit could even go in here with some of the excess. We could have all the movies in there too. You know what I mean? And we could set up.
Put a DVD player with the stand. Because I'm probably going to go Walmart and just get that stand.
And if this goes on top and we can hook up like the stuff in there.
Yeah, that's what it was. It had a little shut, whatever.
You know.
Yeah, that's a good idea. DVD player.
It just everything that we have. It all needs a place, and the only things that should be in storage is just keepsakes. That's it. Anything that's not a keepsake needs to go in the trash.
Yeah, but that's pretty much where we're at, though.
Yeah, but there is still shit that needs to get purged.
Like what?
I mean, like I said, the freezer is one of those things.
Oh, yeah,
the big hunk taking up a bunch of space. Then there's like a bunch of fucking paintings and shit in there.
Oh, yeah.
Those we need to hang them up, the posters, because there's like the one with all the wrappers on it. We should put that in here. So we either need to put the stuff up or it needs to go. There's no point of like storing paint. It doesn't make any sense unless they're your paintings. Either put it on the wall with a stack of. It doesn't make any sense.
True. I guess there's a couple of things.
Yeah, and then you bought that tent.
Thanks.
I don't even know what to do with that. No, I think
it should go right there.
Yeah, but maybe we should do that after the wedding, though. I don't know if that'd be good for the wedding. I'm not sure.
Why would it not?
Because then it'd be like we'd be sitting in our spot with this roof overhead instead of.
No, but it would go that you mean. I don't know.
Oh, actually, it might be nice. Actually, we probably hang decorations on it.
Yeah, I think it's good regardless.
So we should set it up, just stuff like that, and I think we should. Yeah, I mean, I'm down to turn that mode on. I mean, I've already been doing a little bit, but I haven't been doing it at a full pace.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah, and we all have for 2 years or a year and a half now. I've been slowly doing whatever. And then once I got the stuff that I could do that was mine, then I turned to everything else, and then we got blocked because of that, and then everything moved, and then we kept shuffling and shuffling.
Gotta turn the jets on.
You know?
But that's like I did, like, because the massage chair we have upstairs, like, just got piled on with a bunch of clothes and shit. And so I cleaned all that stuff up and put it all away. And then I was like, look, this, I was like, because she had her work stuff on, I was like, okay, it's fine because you go to work tomorrow. But after that, like, nothing on there. Because once you set it, it's like that's what's set. And if there's clothes on there, what I'm going to do is I'm going to take it and just put it on her side of the bed.
Yeah.
And be like, you need to deal with that.
Yeah. Because you didn't buy it to just be a $500 or whatever, how many dollar
clothing rack.
Yeah.
Exactly.
And then if there's a bunch of shit on it, what are you going to do? Take it all off and sit in it?
No.
And just put it on the floor?
Put it back, yeah.
You
and there was all these bags. So I did that because I was like, I need to do the bathroom too, but just steps. I mean, I'm down to do out here. I'm going to wake up. I'm trying to get up at 8 tomorrow. Do the kitchen.
Nice.
And then maybe if I have time, I'll slide to Target and I'll send you all the bill.
For what? Oh, for that stuff? Yeah.
I don't know if I will, though.
It's really, plates. Like.
Yeah, because some time we have.
Because we have that glass, that set that we got is nice, right?
Yeah.
The heavy one. But then sometimes I just like having the light. I don't need the heavy plate. Especially Amber, and just give her the plastic.
Yeah, she was, when I had her doing the dishes, she was like watching the TV and she like grabbed the bowl with one hand, she dropped it. And it just hit the ground. I was like, that, and it didn't break. And I was like, oh my God.
Well, good, they're pretty sturdy then.
Yeah. She dropped it from like her hand, which is probably like, yeah, I know.
Yeah. Crazy. But yeah, that's basically.
Needs a rearrangement.
And that's where I realized with the kitchen, I was like, there's been times where we really cleaned it up. We did. Where we tag teamed it or you just did it or whatever. Yeah. You know, I mean, even me, I did the one where I did everything, wiped the countertops in the middle of the night. I was like, it's just fucking filthy. I have to do it.
Yeah.
But then I realized in that moment, it's like, we're never going to get past this state. It's not even clean.
Yeah.
And then so if it's not even clean now, then tomorrow is going to be fucked up because we're not even at clean. And I just spent all this time.
I think also we need to, I saw, which I don't know how everyone's going to feel about it, but I saw, and when we were looking for fucking trash cans, if we went farther back into the store, they have like those outdoor ones. Well, you can get a small outdoor one, and then we just need a big trash bag because I
like the big black trash bags.
Yeah,
that's my favorite.
Because those little ones, they fill up in 2 seconds.
Yeah,
I told Amber, like, once the stuff reaches that top level, do not put anything.
The problem is that there's 2 people out of the 4 of us. There's 2 people who aren't going to take the trash out.
Yeah,
but they're going to continue to make trash.
Well, you count Amber, but you can't really count Amber.
I'm saying, what do you mean?
You said the 4 of us.
Yeah.
But you can't really count Amber as someone who's going to walk the trash out.
She's strong enough.
She's strong. She'll do it with us, but not by herself.
Yeah.
Because that was the other day. We were leaving. I was like, hey, can you take this? And she took it and threw it in there. And I popped the trunk, and she started walking towards the trunk. I was like, where are you taking that? But the other day, we did run to the dump with the trash bag, so maybe she just... But I was like, go throw it over there. And she like,
but what I'm saying, my point of that is that there's 4 people in the house, and only 2 people are going to be the ones that are moving.
Yeah.
So, but there's 4 people that are adding to the trash.
Yeah.
It's not like she's not adding or has no influence.
Oh, Amber probably puts more shit in that trash than anybody else.
She's just piling it in there. You know?
But that's why it needs to be set up for success.
Exactly.
And then it becomes a thing of like, if you don't like it, you make it better.
Yeah. That's why I was saying, basically with the bar cart.
Yeah.
Tell me something. Don't just say we got to move this stuff because whatever. Because I actually like putting the podcast.
I'm probably gonna end up moving it. But I'm gonna clear out this closet.
I understand that, but my point was I feel more comfortable having this in there unless you tell me something that's what are we gonna use this space for, you know? And your response was the alcohol and this, and I was like, thinking about like, okay, that's actually smart.
And like all those beer mugs we have. And shit.
That's it's smart. And then for the same reason I think it's safe to put these in there is the same reason why I think it's smart to put the alcohol in there.
Yeah.
It's because it's the lack of visibility. We know it's there.
And then even excess stuff, like you don't, like even though we can get rid of a lot of stuff, some of the, I was thinking about the beer, I was like, we never use these beer glasses, but we don't want to have only like plastic cups when people come over, we just give out plastic. Yeah. Those are like, we can take.
I mean, I use the beer glasses for the water.
Yeah,
I like the 16-ounce waters. I like that.
I just have water bottles, so for me.
Yeah.
But we need stuff that's like the finer stuff that gets tucked away, and then, I mean, even like the set that we set up there, like I kept the bowl, but I threw away all the innards of all that shit that was like the fall shit from last year.
What?
I don't know. It was all a bunch of innards of this little bowl, like decorations. But it's like you just all the stuff we don't need. Like I threw away the light. I'm gonna get rid of that little table.
The wicker one.
It's all fucked up. Yeah. Or what I'll do is I'm in a debate of whether I should give Amber, because I feel like if I put one in there, she's just gonna fucking make it a mess. Because I could rip all the wicker off of it and just leave that glass panel, so Amber has. But then what? No. There's no point.
She has that little thing already by that little dresser.
Yeah. So I guess not.
Just throw it away. Yeah. Just drop shit. Just like that chair, dropping the fucking black things, peeling off.
Yeah.
It's just more of a nuisance than a.
Yeah, I'm gonna try to. I'm gonna finish the peel and then I'll probably leave it in the garage and then, cause that could be put in that eventually.
Yeah. But at the same time, cause like but you took that, but you have that blue chair in there now too.
Yeah, I don't think I'm gonna move that chair back to the studio.
So honestly, it is your first music chair.
Yeah.
So.
I think what I'm gonna do
is but really it should just go because it's really.
Well, but the thing is, if we make that shed the tattoo place, then that can be a chair that's in there.
That's true.
So, and all it just needs is a cover. So, that's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna finish peeling it unless the rain fucked it up. If the rain fucked it up, I'm just gonna get rid of it and let that be that. But. And then also, I'm going to text them and be like, yo, if you guys aren't going to pick up, if you guys want this glass table and chair, come get it. If not, I'm going to put it on the curb.
Yeah.
Because it's been sitting there for since they moved in.
Yeah.
So, and we don't need it and it just takes up space.
Yeah.
So. Yep.
Agreed.
Yeah, that's it. Just takes time.
Yeah, definitely. But it's fine. I'm tired. I don't want to spend any more time waiting. Besides Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday, I guess.
It's also just a matter of you just have to do it because honestly, if you're not, because from the where we're standing right now, in the past 2 weeks or what, I don't even know when we did Amber's room. Might have been longer than that. It's I did Amber's room, I did my room, once per week. I've been doing a room, so it's I can only if I can only do one room a week, then it's gonna take me. However many rooms are in the house, that many weeks to get it done. But if we're all doing it, then it's easier to get it all done.
Yeah, I agree.
So, I'm going to do the kitchen tomorrow. That's it.
All right, that'll be good. That'll be easy to start. Because that's honestly, I don't feel like fucking doing the kitchen at all.
I don't mind doing it. I'm in there all the time. So
I just want the kitchen to be, I'm down to help decide where we should put shit. But,
yeah.
You know what I mean?
I'm going to rearrange.
But honestly, I would not be mad if I came home and we had all new shit.
I'm gonna try.
Honestly,
I'm gonna try to.
All new shit. The pants are there. This is that. This is where we're using this closet for this now. Bet. Cool. Good with me. You know what I mean?
I'm gonna try to get.
That's where I'm at.
And then I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna do this closet next.
But yeah, no, I agree. Just get to a base layer. That way, in the next 2 weeks, when we actually have to clean, vacuum and stuff, we're just doing that. We're just vacuuming and wiping shit off. That's cool.
Yeah.
It's easy. Yeah. Setting yourself up for success.
For success.
And the people around you as well. And your environment.
Yeah.
That way, we can flourish, be successful.
Just gotta put in the effort.
Yeah. Agreed. All right, well. Half this podcast was about our fucking house, but
yeah,
it's all right.
It's just the trash for me is the annoying shit. I hate looking around and seeing trash.
Yeah,
it's
last time the past week was especially because our fucking shit was jacked up. We was back. I kicked those fucking black bags of trash out of Amber's room every time I walked down the hallway. I kicked them.
That's why I put them back.
And each time I got more and more mad. I was more and more pissed. I was like, why the fuck are these here? But I was like,
I will. I'm gonna talk to Keita because I told Keita if you want to look through and make your keepsakes, do it. I'm gonna tell her that because she has these next days off. She doesn't go back to work till Tuesday. I'm gonna say if it's not done by the time you go back to work, they're gone.
Yeah, because Tuesday and Wednesday are pretty much gonna be our big days.
When you get home from work Tuesday, it's gonna be gone.
We have to. Now, if you do the kitchen or whatever, and then maybe Sunday I'll decide I'll do something. Maybe I'll vacuum the studio or shit. Do something like that. Do what I can in the studio, and do my room. That way I'm not.
I think the studio we need to figure out a different arrangement. I kind of feel like because I'm kind of thinking. Now I don't know how this is gonna play out, but maybe we leave mine where it is. I was either thinking we turn mine to where the old thing is. And I make my section there, and in that corner we put shelving and we put games and shit, like from the closet space. And then I don't know, it's just those walls for the closet. Because I was saying my station, the computer could actually just get moved in there now, like ahead of time, even though it's the door or whatever.
I don't think we should put it in there.
Not now.
No.
Probably get too hot.
Yeah, that and like right now you're doing the Pokédex, but once you start building
What
the
do
game,
we want to do in that closet?
I think we should just reorganize the cards. We can take out some of the video game stuff and put it in there.
Well, this is what I'm thinking. What if we, instead of breaking down, or instead of buying a new stand, like what if the stand I use, we just put it right there?
We can. I don't think we should. I think your stand is good because even if you don't use it, how many times Amber asked me to play on my PlayStation and blah blah blah.
Yeah,
so she's gonna. I think that's a good. I think honestly, I think the setup is good. Whether you want to break down the other one right there, and I could even get rid of the blue chair and just use the recliner. Just take out another chair from there, or whatever. Especially now it's broken and.
Or I'm thinking move the computer.
Whatever. Which computer?
Like the computer I'm using. No, not the studio. The
To where?
music one's got to stay. To either my station right now or the one that doesn't get used.
I don't think you should change your state. I think that is a good setup.
But I was also thinking of hooking up my Xbox to that TV and playing on a smaller one when I play. Instead of playing on the big thing like that. Just sitting at the computer, put my Xbox there, and essentially make that my station.
I don't know, dude, because I want to be able to chat with my friends on Discord and shit.
Yeah.
Like, I don't want to lose the fucking thing. I know you're using it, and I don't.
So then it might be better to be in the old.
You know, and also I think that at some point I should transition to using that computer for the video editing and shit too.
So then I think we make it station 3, because where it is right now, it's in the middle of the room. It's technically in the middle of the room. So I feel like it should either be where my station is or where station 3 is. Because if yours is 1, mine's 2, that's 3. And then station 4 is like the music one. This station 5 doesn't need to really be there, considering station 2 and 3 aren't even being used right now. But I'm also in that space. I would be okay with if all the shit was if my shit was hooked up in there, like my Xbox hooked up to it. I can, and you're talking with them, I can just unplug it's just the unplug of the HDMI and move it to the other TV, which is not a problem.
I don't know. I mean, I guess. I just don't know if I want to. I don't know if I want to. Like, I feel like that, like, in a way, like, I feel like it's a work, it's a work environment, that type of thing. If you now you're blurring the.
So station 3 would be the best spot then.
Yeah. I think that if you're going to move, your Xbox should go back where it is. That if we're both playing, we can both, like, whatever. If Amber's playing, it's there. It's fine. The chairs fit. I can take that blue chair out because it's already broken. And it doesn't fit, and I can just go back.
Talking about the gray one?
Yeah, I can go back to the recliner I like to use anyway.
The brown one?
Yeah.
That would make more sense.
And just move it. Now there's one less chair in the room. You know what I'm saying?
You know what? We could put that chair in Amber's room. You just give it to her.
Sure.
Put it next to her bed. So she can just
lay
out
then
there.
If Kyla's here too, she can
has
sit
a place
in that.
to sit. Because that was one thing about I moved they at one point in time, one day when Vicky and Kyla were over, they moved the massage chair and they angled it and they pushed it against the wall, and it has to lean back. You need to leave a little space where it can lean back, and that's when it just went out of order.
Mm-hmm.
And I turned it back towards the room. I'm like, this stays here now, because like when they turned it, but they didn't turn it back.
Yeah.
And that was like the downfall of that space. And then shit was getting tucked behind it and stuff.
Mm.
I like that. I'm down. I would be down to, which means we have the gray. We'll leave my station. We have that gray thing with the boxes. We could put that there.
Yeah, we could. But now the only thing is gonna go even lower. The TV's gonna go lower.
Well, there's the one. Well, it should fit. There's the one in the closet.
No, I'm saying that you want the TV to go higher. I'm pretty sure. If maybe it's the same height, actually, it might be the same height.
But even if it's not, there's an unused. You know, it's like 3 gray boxes, right?
Yeah.
There's an unused box with no legs, that's in the closet right now, where it's unused. I put like some bullshit box in there. That's it. That literally can go in the middle, and the TV can just go on top of that. And based on the stand, it should fit right on that. And that gives it another layer to do, like, where you have to bend so far over to access whatever.
That's actually good. I don't have to buy a stand.
Then, yeah, we don't have to buy anything. We make space from upstairs. I'm down to, if you get
There
rid
is that TV, though, there. So I have to figure out what to do with it.
Yeah, think about it. But that's not even a problem right now. That TV barely stands up on itself. The extra mount.
What?
The one that's in the like the PS2's hooked up to?
Yeah.
Talking about that one? Yeah, we can just mount that shit somewhere.
Nice. Technically, we can mount it above the station.
Yeah. The only thing is we have the other one mounted above the studio station. We don't even ever use it.
I use it. Oh, that one. Up there.
Yeah, we never use it.
That's because we haven't set up to really be in that. Because technically,
you know what we should
in that
do
space, that is supposed to be a second screen so people can sit back and watch that second screen. Or if we're having a session, we could have something up there.
Yeah.
But we haven't gotten to the point where we're even
you know what we
in
need
that
to do?
space.
We need to get one of those mini Roku things then and just hook it up there and just put on like Animal Planet.
Yeah, that's
Just
exactly
let it
right.
run.
And even the thing where it's like you can screen mirror, so it's like no one has to be above your over your shoulder. They can just sit back and see what you're doing and blah blah blah. Technically, that was the idea. It's just set up there.
I think it'll be better off
utilize.
used as a like an ambiance right now.
Yeah, but that's really
because that's the easiest setup. We'd have to buy another Fire Stick or whatever.
Yeah, it's not that much money.
So, but I'm down to rearrange because that's one thing I was thinking. Because I was thinking about breaking down my station because I don't even use it right now. I mean, eventually I will again, but I was like, but yeah, we could put station 3. The computer can go over there. On that side, it opens up that area, even if it's just a chair that goes there.
Mm-hmm.
It's not so crowded.
Yeah.
And then taking out your gray chair that Amber broke, she can just have that and go next to her bed. Because I threw away that pink chair because she was just using it for storage.
Yeah.
And if the gray chair gets used for storage, I'll just have her.
Yeah. But then when they're in there, they're not just trained on her bed. Kyla has a place that she can sit.
Can sit. And then Amber can sit and watch, but she's not in the bed either. And then, yeah, that thing. Because that's the other thing. It's like we have 3 chairs just like boom, boom, boom.
Yeah.
And then there's that.
It's blocked.
And there's that, which we need to clear that out, the actual chest
Mm-hmm.
that has just random shit in there.
But that's what we could use the closet for. We could have like almost like the Wii, like just different things that like we might use once in a blue moon or whatever. But they're there and they're not just stuffed in there. And then we can reorganize that little side closet.
Yeah.
Just to where it's actually okay. This is actually just video game storage or whatever.
And also, like, the Yu-Gi-Oh cards are on that brown shelf, but those could actually just go up.
Yeah, we can just put them on the
To the
shelf.
left,
All
and
the cards can be on there.
That brown shelf could go somewhere else. It doesn't have to be in there. Because now that the top is clear, because the top used to be the board games.
Yeah.
So, technically, that brown shelf, I was thinking somewhere here, but I don't know if it'll be good in here. And it can't really go in the closet because the closet has that L shape.
I mean, we can still keep it in there. Just use it as like something like even the DVD. Some fact of putting something.
Yeah.
Whatever. But yeah, definitely a rearrangement.
Yeah, we'll find a place for it.
It's definitely the thing.
Yeah.
That's where I'm at. Basically, it was like, except for the podcast is almost like a little different.
Also, if
it's
we
just talking, but
if we get new, I don't maybe not. I was gonna say we move this in there.
I don't think the only way that this couch should be moved is if we're selling it. In my mind.
Fair.
Because it's like
Biggest shit.
It takes like the only way to if you set up normally it takes up like whatever, how much space. Like there's no really real way whatever, and it was just given to us anyway. So it's like,
yeah,
I'm down to try to get some money for it. Whatever.
We should list it then, and then try to get something that fits with this table a bit better.
But also at the same time, I don't want to just do what we did out there and lose comfortability.
No, we don't. We can.
Because I want to be able to be comfortable down here.
Yeah.
And blah blah blah.
I'm down.
So yeah, so that sounds good. Rearrangement.
Yeah.
Setting yourself up for success.
Because everything needs to be put in the right place. Even that printer is just in a bad spot.
Yeah. I'm down to find a place. I also want to get a paper shredder. Because I have like.
Is the computer on the It's on the like light brown table.
Yeah.
Should we put that in the?
I don't know if might be too heavy for that.
For the gate.
That's what I was thinking. That's why I didn't put it there originally.
Well, it should be enough space because I have one of those there anyway. Next to where my gaming station is.
What?
The little brown table.
Oh yeah.
So we just put that right there.
Mhm.
Because that's the other thing too. I would rather have that 3-piece in between our 2 spots and get rid of that table that I have next to me.
Yeah.
because that just it's a tight space.
Yeah.
And it's hard to keep.
And that's what the 3-piece was for, because you could flip it, the table and the compartment. And we should look in there and
get rid of stuff. Yeah. Because I know there's a bunch of loose batteries and shit. The batteries should come downstairs. And then if we do put batteries back up there, we go buy a pack of AA's and leave it up there, because that's all we really need up there.
Yeah.
And then we need batteries like in one of the drawers or some shit. And really, we need a place for this camera, so we're not doing this makeshift thing. If that brown thing was set up better.
Yeah, but I don't. Honestly, I don't mind.
The only thing I don't like about it is just blocks the closet thing.
What?
Like the access to the closet right now.
Yeah, but if we change the closet up where that inserts.
Yeah, that makes sense.
It's an insert, especially if we're putting the podcast stuff in there anyway.
Well, we don't have to use that. Yeah, in the closet.
So the closet, the podcast is going in there, then that's all stuff for it. Then boom, you just slide it in there, close the door when you need it, you pull it out, it comes out. It's part of the thing.
Yeah.
Until we get the studio where it can just be set up, then I'm down to really invest in camera angle here, camera this, and that. The program for this. Who's gonna sit there and flip flop while we run?
Yeah.
Definitely want to get there. So. But for now. Oh, and the next evolution of the intro, we need to put ocean waves back in the intro. You know what I mean?
Oh, yeah.
'Cause right now it just says oceans on arrival. Which is fine. I like it. And then it comes out the sign. So it's cool. I like it. But the next evolution is we need to have so it does say ocean waves on the intro title card at some point in the first 15 seconds or whatever.
Yeah, I'm just trying to think how I could do that.
But it could just be a beginning, like how it could be like ocean waves presented by, and then the ocean on arrival thing comes up.
Yeah.
So you could just add a beginning video, make something new, and then we can combine the videos. But I
actually have a good idea.
I was just thinking about that earlier. I was like, wait, I don't think it says ocean waves anymore. I feel like that should be visually there somewhere.
Then you know what? Actually, I have a really good idea. We already talked about it. I'm not going to say it so that way they just see it. And this can just be the outro, I think.
What?
The original, or the one that I made that we're using right now as the intro. I have an idea for the intro, which I'll work on it.
Yeah.
And the one that we have up
the
now.
Outro I've just been using as promotion.
Yeah.
So in my mind, eventually as time goes on, every week we might have a new song or whatever, 2 weeks. So every time a podcast, there might be something else to whatever. So right now I've just been putting the navigator.
But post, how when you watch an episode of South Park or some shit, and after the episode, and after the credits and the end scene, then they have there's a picture of whatever the sponsors are. Even Simpsons has this one where it's weird in a theater or whatever.
Yeah.
That can be the final thing you see is that. True. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And that's it's the closing. So when people are watching the episodes, it's when they see that flash on the screen, it's oh, the episode's over.
Yeah. True.
So it's this consistent ending and then a consistent beginning.
Yeah.
Oh, I have an idea. We talked about it before. Some of you we came up with before, but
True.
I have an idea.
Yeah, that's cool. I just thought about it. I was like, I feel like that, but I still like it now. I'm gonna use it tonight. So the one we have.
Yeah, of course. I'll try to make it. I'll try to get it done.
Yeah.
As soon as possible. I have an idea.
Well, anything else?
No. I feel motivated.
Yeah. So what do you think? What do you think the people who listen to this can take away from this conversation?
Probably get your shit together. No, I think a lot of people are in that space of well, maybe not older people. I think people who are in their 30s and 40s are probably already have come to that thing of I'm trying to get a nice environment. But I think a lot of people our age are in that space of the balance of work and play is very hard. So it's and I don't think you have to be one way or the other. I think you just have to work really hard when you work.
Yeah.
And then you have to play as freely as possible when you play.
Yeah.
And also I think if something bothers you, you have to just do it. Because I feel if something bothers you and you don't just do it, you're going to bother other people. Inevitably.
Facts.
You're going to be bothering other people to do it because you're bothered by it. But it's if you're bothered, just do it. It's to the extent I'll walk in and it's not a huge deal. I don't even care that much most of the time. And I'll see your 2 little Mountain Dew bottles that are empty right there. Most of the time I don't care and I'll just leave it. But it's I'm almost never yo, go clean up your trash. Because it's if I get to that point where I want it cleaned and it's still there, I'll just clean it.
Yeah. And in my mind, if if we were at that clean state, I wouldn't be leaving the Mountain Dew bottles there. You know what I'm saying? But because everything else is already loot, it's just like in my mind, like I put those two there so I could grab them on my way out to throw them away. But I didn't. But it's like, and I saw them there today. I was like, oh, I didn't grab them. I was like, I don't even know why I didn't, but I should have grabbed them. Whatever. But because everything else is in that space, it's easy it becomes part of the environment. You know what I'm saying? It becomes part of it.
Yeah.
Or it's like just like the big panini thing. Because it's trashed, it becomes part of the environment where it doesn't look out of place. Because everything is out of place.
I think the only reason it got dirty was because it was left out.
Yeah, it was
when you clean on it, this is the thing that I'll notice. It's not like when I cook on the flat grill where it's like the whole thing's dirty afterwards. When you do your paninis on there, there's like one little spot of cheese, and all you'd have to do is scrape that spot of cheese.
No, 100%.
Give it a wipe and put it away.
But all I'm saying is that, okay, yeah, it's there, but at the same time, like how. Basically, even if it wasn't there, if there was something, if it was just countertop, all that shit would still be on the countertop.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And it wouldn't have got wiped up. It still would have just been left there. So my point is that, okay, yes, maybe we should divvy up who's doing what or have this balance. But at the same time, it's like if it was more clean, we'd be more attentive on the way we open something or the way. Mess. You know what I'm saying? But
part of it is like, here's an example of something small. But when I'm cooking on the left side of the burner, so sometimes I have multiple shit going. The spatulas I use on the left, they go on the left, on the right, they go on the right. Your panini thing blocks my right side thing, so I either have to kind of tuck it behind, make some room on the side, or carry it all the way over, which means shit inevitably is going to be the moving back of spatulas. You're going to spray like oil, sauce, whatever it is you're doing is going to fucking.
No, I agree.
So just mess makes mess, essentially.
Yeah, definitely.
So it just has to be. I mean, I'm gonna do the kitchen. I want to do the studio too, because the studio to me feels so cluttered.
It does.
Like it has to get dispersed, even if it means dispersing like some of the stuff that is out. Because we have all those, like, we got the Pokemon plushies, and they're stacked on there nicely, and it looks nice, but it's just like it only looks nice. It's shoved in a corner, so it's like maybe we put that where the computer is.
That's what I was thinking.
Back over there. But we know wherever it can go.
Yeah.
Or we tuck it, like I got the actual metal. Like the big pop, the metal Bulbasaur, I got that under one of the speakers. Mm-hmm. So it's just a small piece in the corner. If you see it over there, you see it over there. But it's not like, it's not in a pile of them like we have the pops on that one shelf. You know what I mean? There's definitely a better way we can do it. I think that's what we need, honestly, overall for the house.
Yeah.
Just get it to 100% where it's like now we have especially before he starts getting bigger, because when he starts tearing shit up, if it's already torn up, it's going to be so hard to...
Yeah. But then it's like even like thing where it's like, like that, like the room, any room, like Amber knows for herself, this is the bedroom thing. But every other room, if we get to that same thing, then it's like we all know we're doing, like someone can be working on the kitchen, someone can be doing the dining, whatever, someone can be vacuuming, and we all know where we're going.
Yeah.
We all know where we're trying to get to, instead of just always this cluster of ideas and whatever. So honestly, if I would not be mad if I come home tomorrow and you're like, you got to give me $40 or whatever because I just bought all new shit.
Yeah, I'm going to try to do that.
I would be 100% okay with that, because I know that now when I open the cabinet, okay, this is where this is going to be. This is, okay, cool. If I have an idea, I'll say it. You know what I mean? But then even when Amber's doing the dishes, it's not like all the cups are just scattering there. Like she knows how to put the cups back, how to get it.
And it's true, because if she knows it, she'll do it. Like the cups that we had, like the red, blue, and green, I'm probably gonna get rid of those anyway. Mm. But she doesn't color code them, which doesn't really matter. But she knows to stack those and put those over there.
Yeah.
Everything else she has no idea.
It's just all cluttered.
But those ones she knows, because she knows it makes sense. But then it's stuff that she like. It's like the knives. That's a perfect example. The knives is like whenever there's knives in the dishwasher, I say don't touch the knives. I'll get the knives. Mm-hmm. So then she's like, she knows like, okay, I don't do that. It's like same thing with the glass ones. She'll be like, oh, don't do the glass. I'll do the glass. So that way she's not dropping the heavy bowl. I'll do the heavy bowl.
Yeah.
It's like you do the rest of it. You do that stuff. That's fine. And then, on to the next.
Yeah, 100%.
So, but I'll try to do the kitchen. I'm going to try to get that done.
Yeah, getting the base layer is definitely the main. Just getting there. And then, if it takes moving around. Yeah. Just like in the fucking, what's that game? Rush Hour? Where you got to move the car this way to get this car out just to get this car out.
Yeah.
It makes sense. So, but it's just like, there's got to be a follow-up idea. You know what I'm saying? Like, Why are we moving this?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? For what reason? Oh, because this is going to go here. Okay. Exactly. And then we'll see it as a chain reaction.
Yeah, and so that's what I meant by the rush hour thing is the perfect thing. That's the ebb and flow. Like, you got to move. Like, it might not make sense to move the stuff out the garage, but in my mind, it's like, that needs to move for this to move.
Yeah,
this,
and I understand. And that's why for me, it's like, okay, maybe the garage just needs to move a little bit too. Just change the way how we, just like that. If we take away the fucking freezer that's not working, how much extra space does that make? What do we put next to the fridge then? What are we doing? Like, what do we, you know what I'm saying? What if we disperse the stairs? Maybe nothing needs to go to the attic, or maybe it does. And if it does need to go to the attic, are we putting stuff up there that's safe to be up there? That's where I'm at.
Yeah, I think we don't actually have to. I think if we actually disperse the stereos, like we put one per room in some place that makes sense, or it doesn't have to be.
Even so, you said the shoes, like we could put a couple up there, and if we make that aesthetic nice, where there's some working down here, it just looks, you know what I mean, almost like you walked into like an old time shop.
And the brown desk that's in there, we can actually set the stuff up on there like active and working.
Yeah, definitely. And then
so that way
we're
you can
out
just
there,
go pop shit in.
You know, and then the side over here can be where all the play stuff is.
Yeah.
Next to the fridge, and then in front of the garage can be where the lawnmower is and the scooter and shit like that. So you can open up the garage and just go. And then all the right side is really all just the workout shit. We can get one more row, so that way it's a bit bigger.
Yeah.
That way you feel we have more space. And then now it's a little hot, but as it gets more of the fall, we'll get more like just get into that
some
thing.
Stuff just has to go. Like that crib, I saved that crib because that was a crib that we were in as a kid, and I was like, oh, I want to put my kid in there, and then Keita was like, no, so because it's pretty shit, like old crib, that can just go. Like there's no point in keeping that anymore. Because the idea, the dream I have for it doesn't exist anymore. It's just not necessary. So stuff like that, even that white cabinet thing, that can probably just go too.
Yeah. The only thing is just holding a bunch of like appliance stuff. So to figure out where are we gonna put.
Yeah.
Where do we want these things?
Because
we have that toolbox that sits on the fucking ground. So we gotta find a corner, but there's gotta be a place that this is where this stuff goes.
Yeah.
And then what do we need to keep it?
You know what's crazy? One of my regulars, he was moving and he had like this nice shelf, and I was like, and he gave me a bunch of shit I took some of the old equipment too, added to the stock. And he had this nice shelf. I was like, oh, if nobody's going to take that shelf, I'll definitely take that off your hands. He's like, oh, it's already been cleaned. I was like, damn, it was like a really nice tool shelf, like solid, like steel or whatever it is. I was like, damn, that would have been really nice. That would have been good to put shit on. But
yeah,
I think if we have storage, the storage has to be intentional. Like, it's a random white bin with just random shit. It doesn't make sense. It needs to go. So,
agreed.
Probably what I'll do is I'll put it all out and I'll send a picture to everybody and be like, hey, guys, if you guys want any of this stuff for your garden or whatever, come get it. I was like, I'll tell them I'm not going to put your table and chair out till Monday. If you don't come get it by Monday, it's going to go on the curb and it's going to go. And that's that. Just enough time to come get it.
Thanks.
So, yeah. One step at a time.
Definitely.
I think it's just like that space of everything we did up until now, we did off the mentality of what we had to do off that space, but now it's a new mentality. So it's like, that's why I was saying even the studio, it's like it's easy because we came to a resolute spot. But perfect example, what you're saying is like where you leave the trash out because it's already trash. It's like that's like the thing of like, oh, why am I going to go up on the roof and put that last panel that fell down when all the rest of the shit is fucked? Yeah. But if everything's perfect and the only thing that's not is the panel on the ground, it's like, oh, we should probably put this.
That's the thing. Go back in there and just touch up the little ones that are falling.
Yeah, we should probably buy another roll.
No, we have some. We have one up there. Yeah. Okay. It's just we never did that last.
The last touch.
Just like what you're gonna do with the Pokédex. Go back through and really just make sure that everything's good.
Yeah.
You know.
Because you did that. We've done most of the hard work.
Yeah, exactly. All throughout time, like how many times that garage was nowhere near what it, and it took that last garage sale.
Yeah.
Because I didn't want to just get rid of everything, do the due diligence. We're trying to sell what we can sell, blah blah blah, and then I got new shit to sell, and then basically Mom took it all back because Zach's gonna use it all. So I was like, okay, well that showed me I don't need to go on Facebook Marketplace and I don't need to put anywhere. I've done that. I made the money up there.
Close it up.
So then we did the garage sale, and then it was like, what are we gonna do? There probably was a better place to put the stuff. But for the time that we had, it was let's just get rid of it. Went to go, well, just get rid of it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So now, but then we haven't. The garage hasn't been touched since then. It's just been the accumulation of the pool stuff and whatever in front of it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So it's like all the main purge of stuff has happened. So now it's just that comb and through.
Just allocate, like, even these walls, like, all these walls are bare.
Yeah.
I know, like, like the poster with all the wrappers could probably go on that side of the door.
Yeah,
like,
we can definitely studio it up, make it more of a podcast studio in that sense, and for sure.
Just try to get it right.
Yeah.
So, I won't put anything on that wall but I'm down to put that gray thing.
Yeah, that's a good idea. We don't have to spend any money either. So.
Yeah, and then we can choose, like, if you want it to be a bit taller, it could be a bit taller.
Because we can even put the Wii.
Yeah, set it up in there.
You know what I mean? And then if we get a different like a little more, we could actually play. You know what I mean? So we could even do that, where it's like, just put the stuff in there.
Yeah.
Just give more space. DVD player's a good idea. When you always talk about like the theater thing, or whatever, we can just pull out a DVD.
Which technically, this is a good TV for it too.
And that's why I like, cause it's like big. It's like it feels big for the, like, it is big TV, but with the room it feels bigger for sure. We just gotta figure out a better solution for that.
Yeah, technically with a smaller couch, like if you cut this couch here,
if there was room, you can mount that on the wall. The only thing is there was wires and shit. That's why we didn't do it.
This is the only thing is, well, the thing is for the angle for the podcast, we can't move this way too much. Yeah. We kind of have to stay tight to the wall.
Yeah.
So it's fine over there. I mean, it is what it is. I mean, technically we should get rid of the glass bowl there. That's just a bad idea.
I don't want the metal. The glass bowl is better because
true. Yeah.
Because the hot metal doesn't go on the carpet. That's why it's there.
No, I wasn't gonna say get rid of it. I was gonna replace it.
Oh yeah. We should definitely. I mean, that's
like a wooden block would be better.
But that's just found. I was like, it worked.
I'm pretty sure I put it there.
No, I did.
You did?
Yeah, I found it. I was like, this will do.
Yeah.
Fuck it.
Also, I kind of want to replace this door, but that's not important right now.
That's the thing. That's my point of, like, for me, I'm like, I've been having these ideas or this and that. What I realize is that we're not all really moving towards this thing yet.
Yeah.
So because of that, I can't really plan for anything like that. Like, basically, like, for instance, like, put a barn door there. Okay. How long, like, because if I'm going to move down here, then what?
Oh, yeah, you might not want it.
That's my thought.
Well, you might want the barn door.
Maybe.
Because then you can just open the top.
But then how long down the road, where does that road lead? Where does it end? Now, okay, where's it end? Where are we going to move this? Where are we going to move this, the podcast? We're going to go back there? If that's the case, we need to figure out maybe a sliding door thing from over there. You know what I mean? That's what we got to start thinking about, where it's like, but what's the point? What's the point if we don't know? I don't know what's going to happen. So, But in the meantime, let's enjoy what we have, and let's make the spaces that we can with what we have. So just like you said, like, what's the point of buying a stand? Upstairs we have that, and that. We can move that around, give us some space up there. Now this looks better. Now it doesn't look like just like a makeshift thing. It looks like a setup thing. Boom. You know what I mean? Now, because of that, we can list the couch, because now the next evolution is there, and once the couch's up, we can put a new couch, and then the next step, based on the stuff we already have. You know what I mean? Even like just putting that shelf over there, now we can put the stereo over there, and blah blah blah. So I definitely think, like, utilizing what we have, we're trying to just whatever, also, and then if we need to buy shit, we buy it.
If it does become the case where which might be kind of a trouble, but if eventually, if Nahi moves in your room and you move down here and the tattoo parlor is open, technically, if it's set up correctly, we could do the podcast out there. But I don't know.
I don't know. I'll probably just end up just doing the studio or something. Just change the studio. Shift it up again.
Yeah. I mean, if we get to that point where I can make those adjustments I want to make, the only thing is if I cut those boxes out, we lose that storage.
You have to put it back before you sell it.
Yeah. Well, the two things you don't. Only the closet is the only one.
Yeah, the closet.
The other ones you can just leave like how they are. Like, leave them cut. But the only thing is the stuff that's there would need to go somewhere else. Except for the music. The music stuff can still sit in there. Because the way, it doesn't even make sense. The way it's shaped is like, it's a big wall. Then there's a slant. And like one of them's dipped more, but one of them's like this. So you lose a whole chunk of the room that if they just made it straight wall, there's so much more room in there. Because the guitars are standing straight up in there. Like tucked in there. But if you get rid of that whole thing, it's like you can still have the metal, what's it called? The steel drum out, and then I can have the guitars and the bong. All the instruments can still stay out over there. You can even get little shelves and stuff to put them on.
Yeah.
But maybe we leave the other side. Like we leave that side and we cut that side. So that whole wall.
For now, I'm just at a spot. Let's get to a base layer where we're with what we have now, and then we can start
make the adjustments.
Yeah,
because that would open up more space for the podcast. Even if we do the podcast in there, like where the closet is right now, we cut that whole wall out.
Yeah, so that's probably eventually what will probably grow to being up in there.
And because I know, like based on the wiring and stuff, I know some stuff is gonna have to have very specific adjustments, or like where the light switch is. I know there's a pole or a wiring that either goes up or down. That I don't know if it either goes up or down. If it goes up, it's better. Down is a bit harder. I think it goes up though, because when you cut the wall, you can't just have a hanging light switch. It has to be relocated somewhere or whatever. And you can't go any farther back because.
So for me, like I'm just at this point, I'm trying to get to utilizing what we have now and getting to a good spot we have now. Floor, see what grows, see what we do, see what we make, and then when the next bridge comes, we can figure, okay, maybe we need to move this. This has to happen. When we have to the next rearrangement comes around, we start figuring out more and more. But then that's if we're gonna be here longer or whatever. You know what I mean? Yeah. Because I don't know.
So square one is where we need to go. We need to get everything to square one, then we can make adjustments. And I've
been trying to get there for a year and a half. So
yeah, I know.
So definitely, I think that's
those
the
are all
thing.
steps. We only did what we could do at the time.
Yeah, exactly. But now I see that we can do it.
Yeah, we can
do it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So it's just about doing it. And after this last week, I was like, I really didn't do shit. So I can see that continuing on if we don't do shit. If we don't do it. You know, until soccer's over, then there's nothing to do. So.
And that's what I'm talking about, sports.
Yeah, but at the same time, but you watch the Nuzlocke things, right?
It's not really the same.
It's still, you're spending your time doing.
Well, this is the reason why. Not the act is yes. If I was sitting down on the couch and just watching the Nuzlocke, then yes. But I only watch those when I can't get Nahi to chill. Mm-hmm. So I got to sit down and like put something on or whatever because he needs to be like right next to me, otherwise he's gonna freak out or some shit. Sometimes, most of them, sometimes I can like sit him somewhere, but after a while he's gonna get annoyed if no one's there or he can't see anyone in his sight or kick someone. So I do that, or when I'm working on the game, it's just something in the background. Yeah. So it's not like I'm
doing. Yeah.
Yeah.
Makes sense.
So it's a little different, but yeah. You
know, but even any reality show,
I could throw anything on the TV.
It's the same thing.
Yeah, but if you're sitting, if the TV is the main focus. For me, it's a secondary focus.
Yeah, makes sense.
For every time I use it, because for Nahi, it's a secondary focus of me trying to get him chill. In the studio, I'm working on the game. I throw something in the background, but I'll have like the lo-fi beats playing over here, and then I'll have the guy talking over here. Yeah, I can't do those with Mickey Mouse on at the same time too. It fucking drives me nuts.
Mickey Mouse is ridiculous.
Mouse Kati, I hear that shit so many times, dude. I'm getting tired of it.
Yeah, I don't know, dude. You guys gotta find like.
Well, that's why we need. If we have another DVD player, I'll set it up and just pop in like the fucking Land Before Time and shit like that.
Yeah, that's why I saved Calvin though. From watching the same Despicable Me movie over and over and over and over and over again. Just gotta find something to replace it, like get that he likes to, whatever.
Oh, we did. There was one that's like the bubble guppies.
It was nuts. The first time I seen Keita, like he was like crying or whatever, and I don't know where were we? We were somewhere. And she like puts the phone in front of his face like this and goes like this and moves his eyes and then puts the phone down, and you just literally watched to take this man away from this world and just put him into this electronic thing. And I was thinking about, I was like, how did they do stuff like this back in the past? Like how did you entertain your baby, or how did you get them to look at maybe a crystal or something versus like this like electronic that now they're going to become addicted to in time?
I think at this stage is the hardest because there's nothing to play. They can't really play.
Yeah.
It's like what Dad said. He's like, oh, you can see he's trying to do shit, but he just can't. He's
Yeah,
trying to roll over. And
I mean, that little chair thing you got him is good because he grabbed the thing.
Yeah.
But then I was like, he needs something that he can grab, like that he can pull towards. And then you brought him the ring, and then he freaked out anyway. But
well, the thing is, he can't. He wants to put it in his mouth. That's the thing. So he's grabbing the ring and he's pulling it. And it's like it stops right there because he's not big enough.
Yeah,
Once he's a bit bigger, it'll be a bit easier.
Yeah.
But we got that from the baby shower. That was a gift.
Yeah, okay.
His cousin got us that.
Yeah, that's
but I bought him that thing where he can. I bought him the swing. So hopefully I put him in the swing, and since it has movement, because when I throw him in the chair now and turn the vibration on, he knows what time it is. He gets pissed off. He doesn't like the chair anymore. He won't sit in the chair very long. If it's in our room, it's fine. Like I think he just doesn't like sitting in the studio.
Well, the studio's hot.
It is hot. Maybe that's why.
And that's what I noticed. Like the other day, I put in my mind. I was like, especially when you went to your room, he was mad chilling.
Yeah.
Then you brought him here, and instantly he's pissed off. He's in the same physical angle, but now you moved him into the environment, and there's a little blanket on him. Now he's hot. I'm fucking hot. I went and bought a fan because I'm fucking hot.
Yeah, but I can't leave a big fan on. He'll get sick.
Yeah, but just in that sense where it's like knowing like the space, like the interesting environment of whatever, where it's like maybe you don't put him next to the fan, but if we blow the fan throughout the studio throughout the day, then maybe it doesn't get as hot, especially on the days where it's 90
Maybe we need the fan. Well, I did notice a difference actually. Even I think I had the fan. I can't even remember. I was in the hallway, and the hallway was hotter, and I stepped into the studio and it was cooler. That was the first time that I crossed that.
But when I did put the fan in the corner, like if you went where we were making music, like you didn't feel like you're getting blasted by the wind, but you felt the cool air around there. So it's just about
we need to figure out a way to circulate.
Exactly.
Circulate it.
And I don't know if you close if that worked.
I did close them,
and
but
didn't work.
It's still. I mean,
yeah.
I think it changed.
The thing about it is that was when they redid the AC, it changed. Because if you remember, when there wasn't an AC unit down here, there's only the one AC unit from there, and Katie, and down here was always hot, and she was always pissed or whatever. Back then, it would blow right out. The studio was always cold. If you didn't remember, it was always cold. I loved it because I'd rather be cold because I can put something on. If you're hot and you're sweating, my balls are just fucking sweating. I'm not even killing nobody on Fortnite. What's the point of my balls sweating? You know what I'm saying? Now you gotta fucking take a shower. Dude, waking up sweating is the worst. It's so bad. Like, you start your day off like, this is how I'm starting my day.
The only upside, because when our shit was down and it was like dead of the summer, the only upside to that was I could turn the shower on and hop in immediately, and it felt amazing. It was ice cold, but it was so hot.
So I don't know what the angle, but for whenever they put the new one in, like the way the air flows, it doesn't like really come to the studio anymore. Like, it doesn't come out the studio. On top of that, there's fucking sound panels and foam and shit and insulation in there, making it fucking. Look at him.
I'm sorry to the people at home.
Murder him.
But he has to die.
I can't believe you just let him escape like that.
Did I get him?
You should have murked his ass on the spot.
He has to die, and I'm gonna leave his body there. And the reason why is because when another ant comes, it'll see him murked, and that's what they'll bring back. If he disappeared, be like, I don't know what happened to him. Jim's just gone. But they see the dead ant. Like the other, like it was a couple months back, there was a bunch of ants near my station in the studio, and I fucking killed all of them, and I left all the bodies. And then another wave came, killed all of them, left all the bodies. They didn't come back anymore.
Nice.
Because they're like the ones that will come and find all the dead bodies, like, oh, something's fucked up here. We'll tell the ones not to come back here, and they go back.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's like the leave one prisoner shit, like the Davy Jones. He leaves one to tell the story.
Yeah. Thanks.
That way they can all tell him like how, you know.
Yeah.
It's fucked up, but it is what it is.
He shouldn't have made his presence known.
You gotta set the precedent.
My opinion on the bugs in the house is that the house is so big compared to the bug size. If you don't make your presence known, you're all right.
My opinion is that outside I wouldn't kill this ant.
Yeah.
Because that's not my
Definitely
house.
Not.
But inside, you're in my house.
Yeah. And it didn't bother me. It didn't bother us until you saw him walking on thing. He could. Who knew? He was here this whole conversation.
He could have been here for 3 months.
He could have been for 3 months
hanging out.
But now he's gone.
But somehow he made it onto the top of that, and he was going this way, so I wonder if he walked up this wire.
Maybe.
You know what I mean?
Interesting.
So he came. I don't know. But anyway, he's dead now. Well, or dying. I'm gonna let him suffer. I think he's dead.
But
he's definitely not dead.
So unfortunately, the airflow for whatever. So we had to figure out something.
I'm trying to think if we put the fan aiming from outside in, will it pull the air? I think because it pulls from behind, right?
Yeah.
So I think technically, if you have the fan outside blowing in, it'll blow the cold air. But you could also have the inside blowing out to pull the hot air out, just to cycle it out, and then you can put the fan. Because I think just having it in, aiming in, is just going to pull hot. It's just going to blow the cold because of the air. I don't know how it works, but it makes it colder. But if we need to either pull or push the hot air, it needs to just get circulated.
Mm-hmm.
And that's that.
I don't know.
And really, we could be another one in my room.
We had the fucking circular houses like Terrence Howard.
The air just moves.
What were you saying? He was like, with the circular housing, like there would be no need for cooling systems because air would just circulate.
Mm.
But it's a box, so like the particles are slamming up the walls and then generating friction and heat.
Yeah.
And now we have to spend how much money each month on AC because the air doesn't circulate through the fucking house.
Yeah.
Yeah. It made sense, and I was watching it again. It made sense. Like he's talking about, like everything spins in either one or two directions, and it was like the electric field. He was talking about magnetism and like electricity, and like magnetism. We think like they say magnets like come together, but it's really pushing out, and then electricity is coming in. And if you describe, like, if you go clockwise and you do like spirals, like you're going like in, and if you go reverse, you're going out, and that's magnetism. It's going like the other way. And when he was saying, I was like, oh, I picked up on that. I was like, oh, if you're gonna draw like a spiral, to go spiral in, you go left. To spiral out, you go right.
So also that makes me think then, maybe we have the one fan, but maybe we need to have not ceiling fans, because those are up and down, but we need to have fans in random spots, even if it's just one that's just on low, that's just hanging out and it's just pushing air just to get air circulating. Because the less air circulation we have, the more it's all just gonna sit. The more air we have moving around. You know what I mean?
Yeah. For now, we got the fan that I invested all my money in.
I saw this video of this person who's like, every time it's storming, like when it starts to storm, they open up every window. And when it's really windy, they open up every window and door in their entire house. And they just let all the air just get pushed out. Because like when it starts to get really windy, they open everything and everything gets cleared out.
Dude. Dude, in the wintertime, I was even like 2-3 months ago, I was sleeping with the window open. And then there was that one day when the pollen came, and I woke up fucked up because my whole room was like pollinated. I was like, fuck. And then the pollen stopped, and it was a cold night. And then in the morning, it got hot as shit, and I was like, oh, it's over with. Now it's hotter outside.
You know, I just thought of this.
But I would much rather be cold than hot.
Your room, the side of your room backs into the studio. So, like, technically speaking, that whole shit could get knocked down, and that could all be...
Technically.
Yeah. Not the most lucrative thing to do, but if you knock down that whole separator, that could be a podcast room right there.
Eventually we'll have to get one of those fucking beds that go in the wall. I'll just live in the studio. Go to bed.
Yeah, dude.
Fucking pull
Make
it down.
the sacrifice, dude.
Eventually you have to, dude.
Just fucking...
What else am I gonna do, bro?
Live in the wall.
Again, if I gotta
look, underneath the steps right there, we'll build you a little Harry Potter setup.
I told Dad, I was like, bro, if I have to live on my own, and I'm not living in Georgia, I'm gonna go somewhere where I can actually just fucking see palm trees, fucking live somewhere nice, be able to smoke without worrying.
You might as well live in Canada for a bit.
You know, because I was like, because what else am I gonna do? Like, I'm gonna fucking sit here and pay $1,500 a month in Georgia by myself. You know what I mean?
I would say you just go to Canada for a bit then at that point.
Nah, I don't want to go to Canada either.
Why?
I don't know. Canada doesn't feel. Canada. I always loved being in Canada. Like, it used to feel like safer when I went to Canada, but after the COVID shit, it just doesn't feel like. Like, well, they did their citizens worse than America did.
They're definitely more uptight.
It was nice. It's definitely nice. I don't know, man. That's why it's like, bro, I can't. I don't know. And for the first time in a long time, I've realized that, like, the only thing that really matters is today. I can't control anything else. I can't make a plan. I can't say, let's do this, let's do that, because more than likely people are going to back out when it comes down to the time. And I can't control what everyone else feels and what everyone else wants to do.
You got to get yourself
and no matter what I view how life could be the best or whatever, doesn't mean how everyone else is going to view it like that. So what can I do, bro? You know? So
that's why it's just the now shit that matters.
Yeah.
For now. But you need to clear it out so you can make space for all that. Maybe that's part of it. It's like the standard. The precedent has to be set. Because once the precedent is set, it's easy to uphold. It's harder to create it.
Mm-hmm.
Once it's created, it's like, this is what we do, and that's that. It's like laws for, like, driving laws. Like, they put the speed limit sign, and that's what people... you drive 10 over, but that's the precedent. And everyone, for the most part, follows it. You know? But you have to set it first.
True.
So, start with the kitchen. I'll start with the kitchen.
That sounds good.
And then, then I'm moving this shit in there, taking that shit out, getting rid of the board games. Then whatever's in there is going to go to the garage. The garage is going to have to be back stock until it gets correct.
Mm-hmm.
But figure it out.
That's why it's like, because if you do put the stuff in the garage or whatever, and then you do the rest of the house, now whatever's in the garage, if there's no place for it there and there's no place for it there, then you know
it goes to the
it's
trash.
Easy. The trash is the next step. It's right there. Boom, boom, boom.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? But it's just like pushing it, like literally pushing it out. You know? So, yeah. I don't know. We'll see. We'll see how it all unfolds. But for now, I just want to get the environment straight. That way I can create freely.
Yeah. Just baby steps.
Yep. All right. Well, most of this podcast was about our house. But metaphorically, it wasn't about that.
About life. Episode what, 41? 42?
42. Ocean Waves, Indigo Ryan the Navigator.
Jessa and the Guru.
Thanks for watching. Thanks for listening to any of you who listen to the music. Ocean's on Arrival. We make music, if you didn't know. Spotify, Apple Music, YouTube, Amazon, whatever the fuck you listen to. We're there. So, appreciate y'all. Catch you next week. We'll catch up. We'll also catch up on the podcast. Make sure we're right.
Yeah.
And big things coming soon. So, love.
Peace.